Instead of spending $100 at the movie theater, I watched Super Mario Brothers today at home with the family.
Would it happen to find its way to a JF?
Sure. It's a cam, and it's
that's fine. It's expected.
Dumbass fucking slotsmachine.com fucking shit floating around on the video.
Come to 100% slots. You want to get it? Wins. Big wins. Money paid out every day. Those other ones were so fucking jarring because they always came at like an emotional scene or like a close-up shot in the dark, and then my mother, she's dying of cancer. She's got the cancer. 100% slots payout every day. 50% off.
Blackout and shout. Ow!
Welcome. You have now tuned in to the Blackout and Shout podcast with your host, Mike Kincaid.
Can I tell you that Baby Yoda just annoys the shit out of me?
That's because you haven't watched The Mandalorian.
Oh, look at Baby Yoda, so cute.
Levy Curry.
Some people do all sorts of crazy stuff, like dinosaur romance novels. Those are really a thing. Taken by the T-Rex. A billionaire dinosaur forced me, ravaged by the raptors.
I wonder if there's audiobooks of them. And Jed Vargo. He was always like well known for wearing the Nazi outfit on.
Captain Kangaroo?
Captain Kangaroo.
Didn't he have the...
Yeah, no. And he's not dressed up as a Nazi either.
So sit back. Mike, are you... Listen to me. Relax. Say, transform and roll out.
And enjoy the show.
I don't know what the fuck happened. Everything just stopped. Like my cell service went out, my satellite, everything went out. Fucking solar flare. I don't fucking know. Something whacked everything, like my cell service and everything, which was really weird.
The Chinese satellite balloons.
Could be. I was looking some weird fucked up shit. So I thought maybe it was FBI or something, but no. I thought they were going to come get me.
It could have been an intercept.
Yeah. Thought they were blacking me out before I shout, you know? But
before
Mike, you get the host tonight.
I get the host. All right. We are at what?
166.
166.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations, and I'm sorry.
Ladies and gentlemen out there in podcast land, welcome to the 166th episode of the Blackout and Shout podcast. I am your host for the night, Mike Kincaid, and I am here with co-host sitting to my virtual left, ladies and gentlemen, Jed Vargo, who may or may not be with us for the whole night.
Still here. They didn't break the door down yet.
Nice.
Yep.
And on my virtual right, taking the place of Levi Super Customizer Curry, one of our favorites in the Transformer fandom. Ladies and gentlemen, wait a second. Are you going by Chris tonight, or are you going by me? All right,
it's Chris is fine.
Which alias are you using this evening?
I forgot to ask that before we signed on.
You know what? That stupid name is just, it's what it was. You have to, you got to create something to log on, and there it is.
Yeah.
I know. Chris isn't even really your real name.
No, it's.
You ever have like dumb nicknames back in the day, and then when you see people from your past at the same time as you see people that are around in your present, and the person from your past comes up and calls you by this like really dumb nickname that you used to have, and then you have to like explain yourself to
like what's up, fuckface?
Hey, Dragon.
Why they call you Dragon? Because I got a dragon on the ground.
That was I do actually have a story behind that. There's one dude, Chetty, I hung out with for a while. I used to call him the ass man. And it was always like the ongoing, like the Seinfeld thing. Like, according to the state of Pennsylvania, you are the ass man. So I introduced him my grandmother at one of my softball games as the ass man. And so So he was like, well, I'm going to come up with something like really dumb, you know? So he started calling me Dragon, although he didn't start calling me Dragon to my face, like on the down low. He started screaming that shit. Like every time I made a play out in the outfield, it's like he's in on the hill just screaming, you know, go Dragon and all that kind of shit, like right in front of all the other, you know, 40-year-old dudes that were also playing softball. So
He's trying to start a whisper campaign.
yeah, he really was, you know, and it kind of like it stuck with some people. So every once in a while, somebody comes up and gives me the Dragon, but you know,
Mine was what was that, Jed?
I was gonna say, I'm like, well, you do have Dragon Star Inc. So that's not that far.
It's honestly like the Dragon Star was two nicknames from my past that I just threw together as kind of as a goof, but yeah, Dragon, and then the neighborhood people always call me. They used to call me Rockstar. Well, still a lot of them still do, but yeah.
Well, I can tell you where Mako Aspire comes from. I was watching the movie Deep Blue Sea over my right shoulder, working on my computer, which was an Acer Aspire. Boom.
Boom. Nice and easy.
Yep. But childhood nicknames, the one I hated from grade school, they called me Fish. I never liked it. It wasn't offensive.
No shit. Me too. I had
Really?
the nickname Fish. Yeah. It was back during the breakdancing days, right?
Here we go.
I was trying. My friends and I were, you know, this is like, you know, fucking middle school, elementary school, whatever, right? So I'm trying to do a worm, you know, and I couldn't fucking do it right.
So you're flopping like a fish.
Flopping around like a fucking dead fish. So our math teacher had this thing where he would call everybody nicknames, right? And they called me fucking Dead Fish.
Oh.
And then you got shortened to Fish. And they just call me Fish all the time for like 2-3 years.
Yeah, man. The story about you breakdancing is extra funny if you were as pale back then as you are now.
100% was. Yep. and I look like fucking Turbo from fucking Electric Boogaloo and shit. I had the snaps, you know, the spike bracelets on that had bandanas and shit. And
what, did you take yourself into Photoshop and invert? That's one for the graphic nerds.
Oh shit, look at fucking powder. Look at powder cutting the cardboard out there, man.
People would bring cardboard into the fucking dances and they would like try to break dance and shit. It was funny. Like a small little fucking town of like pale ass me's pretending to be fucking, you know, Electric Boogaloo. It's pretty bad.
I'm trying to think of some other like embarrassing nicknames from back in the day. I was Sugar Tits for a while with the around age 30. That was from the first softball team, because I played on a bunch of like on a team with a bunch of, you know, outdoors, you know, meathead type dudes and shit, you know. And you know, and there I was with the fucking earrings and like hair halfway down my back and shit.
Sean had the worst one out of everybody, right? He wore a purple sweatshirt and worked it one day, and all the old guys started calling him Barney.
Barney.
That stuck with him for like, I think like 7 years or some shit.
What made matters worse is he was wearing bright neon green underwear.
One can only hope. I do have a question real quick. Was Sean always like as sarcastic and like angry at everything as he is these days?
The anger has only, you know, leveled up as he's gotten older, of course. But yeah, his sarcasm was always like, you know, top tier. You know, when I first met him, you know, a very top tier. The first, like, he called Palmerton like Mapletown. He's like, "What's fucking Mapletown?" Fucking, he's like, "What's with all these fucked up people in this town?" Because he came from Bethlehem, down the south side,
right?
And yeah, he's been dripping fucking sarcasm just forever.
Every time I put a post up and I get a notification that Sean commented on it, like I can't wait to go read it, because I know it's going to be some thickhead shit, you know.
Yeah, we all got a couple of those friends.
Yeah. Speaking of which, Chris, how you doing tonight?
Hey, I am good. What is going on in this John?
You know what? Just for your special occasion, I usually don't do this, but I have 6 questions that I put together to ask my guest. You. for this evening.
I look forward to creating answers for those things.
And Mike, you feel free to join in as well as if you would like to answer these questions as well. But
yeah, I'll
let me know when you guys are ready for those. I'll start fucking firing them out.
All right. You want to do it now, or you want to get into the show a little bit?
Well, we could start with one or two and then move on, and I just pop them in there from time to time, or we could do all of them one shot. That's up to you.
All right. So
how many segments do you have?
Well, yeah, I was actually just going to say that, Chris. So before we get started, because I know you're accustomed to the regular like 8-hour podcast that you have to listen to all week. So we've kind of we had a conversation, me, Jed, and Levy, a couple podcasts ago, and kind of changed the format a little bit. We're a little more like free form, and let's not lock ourselves into we have to talk about this or talk about that. So we just kind of like are letting the conversation take us where it may, basically.
Okay. So no more Blackout and Tolstoy.
Right. I mean, we'll probably still, we'll still probably touch on some of them subjects along the way, but we're not really locked into an outline anymore as we were. So. All
right, works for me.
Yep.
Yeah, the other show used to go off the rails every time.
Yeah,
it's better that way.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're just instead of like having to go off the rails, we're not gonna waste any time. We're just gonna start off the rails.
Yeah,
and be there already, and then it'll be all good. We're hoping.
All right, let's get this mofo going.
All right, so if you saw a sex video of someone you know online, would you tell them?
Go ahead, Chris. You can go first. You're the guest.
Depends on my relationship with that person. And if I knew they didn't want that kind of thing out there, that would weigh on my decision. So,
like if it was the like your pasture.
my what?
Your Sunday priest.
We just had a whole Catholic school conversation when you were off. Dave. Yeah.
Funny. No, that bitch can burn. That would be something to see our nuns in compromising positions.
Yeah.
What if it was? Chris? What if it was my nun and your nun, and they were scissoring?
Oh, nice. And they were using that thing they whacked me with to dill each other.
Yeah.
No.
Bro, I even have a title for that. You ready?
Yeah.
Bad habits.
Oh. I'm gonna stuff these rosary. Wait.
Wait. No. I got a soundboard, by the way, Mike. So.
Oh, nice. Oh, now I feel more home.
Yeah, I love it. I love it already.
Brand new feature that was added to Discord maybe about a couple of weeks ago. Nice. So we got.
This is everything I needed it to be. 3 years too late.
We got the golf clap.
Oh, crickets. Oh, this is awesome.
Yeah, I think you can add your own, and everything's great.
How many can you add?
I don't know. I didn't try to add any yet, but there's 6 default ones. You get the air horn. And
Jed, I'm absolutely, the first thing that pops into my head is going back and clipping out Levy saying shit. Oh my God. We're going to have some fun with it.
Oh, you are going to have a great time with this. Yeah. I loved using a soundboard on my show. Oh, God, it was my favorite part. And finding, like, when you found the perfect moment to drop it in, it just amped up the energy of everything.
Yep.
See, I love old now, like Shock Jock, Stern, Opie and Anthony, that kind of radio.
Right,
so
right.
That was big in there, and I tried to bring a lot of that over, but it worked so well.
I remember when he had a clip of Jackie the Joke Man laughing, but he was on the show, so you'd always think it was him. Like when he would set the noise off, you'd think it was actually Jackie laughing, but he would always do it like, the most inopportune times. Like if Robin was telling a story in the news where like people were dying or some shit, and then he'd hit it and Jackie would be cracking up.
Yep. And that kind of, awareness of where to put the humor is what makes it that much better. It could be dark as fuck, and it's better when it is.
But at the same time, I feel like you have to use it like a graphic artist would use Photoshop effects. You don't want to just throw them all on there, all
Yeah,
crazy,
lens,
all willy-nilly.
Too much lens flare there. You know?
Look, don't shame layers, effects layers. Everybody can just turn them off if they don't want them.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, this has just like reinvigorated my love for doing the podcast, just single-handedly. All right.
Oh, now that you're going to start clipping old things of your own voices and uploading them and using them.
Seriously. Oh, this is fantastic.
Yeah. So your answer was based on who the person, if they want that shit up there or not, right?
Yeah.
And
if it's somebody I don't like, fuck them.
Right.
You just tell everybody else except them.
If it was somebody you did and you knew that they wouldn't want that shit up there, you would tell them just to let them know that is there and to do whatever you will with it.
Exactly. I'd be like, you got an uphill battle here because it's the internet and it's porn, so you might as well just forget it. Yeah. But here's the site I found it on. Don't ask me how I found it.
Also, that would probably be one of the first questions I'd have to ask. Like, where were you?
What site were you on? SmashedOutBeaverWhores.com.
Sounds classy. I'm glad my fucking pussy made it up once to such a classy spot.
And see, we're all assuming it's a girl. It could be a guy friend.
Yeah.
Oh, that opens up a whole other can of worms for us.
Yeah.
What's he doing?
Yeah, this question has layers upon layers upon layers.
Just like Photoshop effects layers.
Right.
It does. All right. I will do another one and then we can move on. All right. So 20 years off your life or 2 inches off your dick?
Ooh. I'll take, oh man.
Let's let the guests go first. It's only
I know exactly what Chris is gonna say. I know it's like, do you want me to tell you what you're gonna say, Chris? Because yes. I think I know you.
Yes. Tell me my answer, please.
He's gonna keep the 2 inches on the dick because he's thinking them last 20 years, how many of them years are gonna be fucking garbage ass fucking shit years, like where you're fucking struggling and you can't fucking even walk a flight of steps anymore, or you might got a colostomy bag or any number of fucking horseshit bullshit. You know what I mean? You can have those with the risk of getting a couple good ones, but thinking a lot of shit years in there, and I'm keeping my dick as it is right now because I just can't afford to lose 2 inches.
I could go ahead with 2 inches less, but okay. You are actually completely wrong. Although I understand that logic, knowing me, and if I wasn't such a older man pussy now, that would have been my answer probably about 10 years ago. Yeah. But now that I have kids that are in teenage years, I'm starting to want to live to see them have children.
Gotcha. Wow.
Not too soon.
Look at all grown up.
I know.
We're so proud of you, man.
But plus, I'll take the 2 inches because my dick's not getting used anyway. Drum roll.
He's like, yo, do it on, like, yeah.
Thank you.
Do it on command. You gotta keep the board up there.
Chris is like, not only will I give up 2 inches to get 20 years, because I get 30 years for 3 inches.
Yeah. Although no, 20 is good because I'll be 69. Nice. And by then, I guess my kids will have hopefully, if they didn't start later in life like I did, they'll probably have a kid or two.
Yeah.
Plus, if you take the 20 years off and then like in the next 10 years, they find some fucking miraculous way to make people live another additional 50 years on average longer, you're fucked. And you're like, God damn it.
Yeah. I don't want to be here past like 75. I remember specifically sitting on my chair as like a 6-year-old, 7-year-old, raise a son, coming through the window, looking at the little dust particles that float in the air. And I'm like, I want to live forever. That is something a 6-year-old says.
You're so right, man. You are. And you remember how like grouchy some old people were, and you always used to think back then, like, what's their fucking problem? And now that we're heading towards their direction, we completely fucking understand.
Yep, it's the Michael Douglas falling down meme. Like, oh, I get it.
I'm going to end with one more since we could do half and half.
All right. Yep.
Because this is a good one.
I like
Chris,
half and halves.
Yeah. Chris, would someone with Parkinson's be good at working a jackhammer?
Absolutely. Because the counteraction from the jackhammer would make them seem straight, at ease, like still.
They're like a gimbal. It's like a jackhammer gimbal. There's your fucking title, by the way.
It's a gyroscope.
All right.
The guy,
right
that
along.
guy,
I'll save
that
that.
guy he could take a jackhammer to a fucking like a overnight bank heist and not wake anybody up. Amazing.
So what have you been up to lately besides fucking making custom Nazis?
I haven't done that yet.
Oh, planning.
And you know
to
what?
make custom Nazis.
I don't see them, unfortunately, finishing the Raiders series because they do not have the balls to make the Nazi characters.
They don't. They totally don't. I agree with you.
Well, I mean,
they are not putting a fucking swastika on nothing.
Well, yeah, it's true. I was gonna say they did make the fucking head of the well, he was head of SS, right? I forget what his name was. The dude that fucking melted like a candle.
Oh, Tot. Yeah. And actually, they give you that face.
Yeah, that's great.
It's on it right now. I'm looking at it.
Chris,
what's the QA policy for that? Like, yeah, this one's fucked. Well, that's good. Let's put it in the bag. That one's fucked too. Well,
does it look like that candle?
Chris, let me ask you this. Do you think that there's ever a situation where they could say fuck it and put that shit out without any of that symbols, just like the uniforms themselves, knowing that people will be happy enough to just have them and be able to customize them or make stickers for them? Or
I would say like a third party. You are not going to see Hasbro do it. Like even the uniform would be too much because it's all tied together.
Yeah.
Closest you could probably get is Hydra. That's probably the closest you're going to get.
Yeah, so I figured I'll take a General Veers and like I can put milliput on them and work them into the uniform. It's close enough. I can cut here, nip tuck. And the good part is the hat that Veers wears is very close to the hat that Colonel Dietrich wears. So, plus I'm going to fuck up the face because he's going to be melting Dietrich.
I still remember hearing the audio from that clip in that movie because they were like, it's just like gargle.
What year did that come out?
1981.
81. I'll tell you what. Yeah, I was gonna say because I remember being young when I saw that, and I remember that scene being just burned onto my brain for long after life. Seriously, man.
Yeah. When you get library time when you're in school, they had the picture book of the movie, and that thing was probably mine from like the beginning of September to probably the end of this school year. I just kept checking it out.
Yeah, they had the Topps sticker books too, I think, the Topps cards. That's right. They had the Gremlins, and then they had Gremlins had a melting fucking character at the end too. When fucking Stripe bit it, he was like, and fucking eyeballs hanging out and shit.
Yeah,
they're like, let's fuck up kids as much as we can in the 80s.
Yeah, and then the Joker gets in the the vat of fucking acid, and he's all melty.
Yeah,
like, what is going on?
Yeah, good times.
Melting in quicksand, the fears of our youth.
Yeah,
the Blob. I remember the Blob freaking me out big time.
Ooh, the Blob was good.
Yeah,
I was just watching it was a documentary or something like that, or maybe it was a YouTube channel. They were talking about that movie, about how they use practical effects with like actual action figures. Like some of the scenes actually had an action figure like covered in fucking slime. No shit. And then they cut to like the real person, and you couldn't even tell that it was a fucking stop motion.
It's an art, man.
Yep.
Yeah. Thing. The whole fucking thing. Well, that's sad about the whole thing with you, Mike, because you didn't see the thing until like 5 years ago or something like that.
Yeah, like I was amazed that and it's not that I never heard of it. And I'm a horror fan too. It just never really I don't know how the hell it escaped me for so long, because now that I'm into horror so much, like when I'm at work, a lot of times I'll listen to just channels and shit, and I listen to horror movie channels and stuff, and like the thing just comes up over and over and over again, and you would think that I would just by osmosis have seen it way earlier than I did, but I just never did.
I mean, John Carpenter, man makes magic.
Yeah. But that just amazes me, like, to think about how, like, what year that came out, and to put it up against other shit that came out right around that era, or even a couple years after it, about how it just visually still kind of blows the doors off you. Like, it just, like, it could come out today and be good.
It's very Spartan. I mean, you don't see a lot of technology up there. It's just basic stuff, so it could happen anytime.
The fucked up part is, like, when it came out, I think it bombed.
Probably.
Yeah, you're right.
There's a lot of shit, I think, coming out, like, around that same year or two that kind of buried it.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, Carpenter, like, every movie he's made, I love. Halloween, this, of course, They Live. I'm the only person with a They Live fucking shelf. He did Vampires. That's underappreciated fucking movie.
Yeah. Me and Jed talked about that a couple episodes ago, man. Totally underrated. Totally underrated.
Yep.
Matter of fact, I'm due for a viewing.
Yeah. Yeah, it was so good.
Escape from New York.
You want a side story? Favorites. A little saucy side story to go with vampires?
Saucy. Yes, please.
This was my first marriage. So we were kind of bored as fuck with each other. She was a cheating, treasonous bitch. And we decided to start swapping. And it was the morning after our first swap experience that we went out to breakfast, talked about it, and went to the matinee to see Vampires. So forever, that movie, besides being an awesome flick, reminds me of the fact that I fucked somebody else.
I love it. Shit, man. I love it.
What's really sad about that movie, Mike, is that not only did they fuck shit up when they did the prequel, in 2011, but now Netflix is going to do a series, and they'll probably fuck that up even more.
Oh, wait, no.
You're talking about The Thing?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought Vampires. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
No, The Thing. Sorry.
So I have no choice but to give it a chance. And the prequel, outside of being basically just about the exact same movie that the original was almost, I didn't hate it. Like, I didn't hate it. Did you hate it, or did you just not give a shit?
I didn't hate it. I just didn't like the CGI versus the stuff that should have been.
I hear you.
I didn't even know it existed until I saw it was trending on Netflix.
Yeah, it came out of nowhere, man. That's why we ended up watching it again, because it ended up on it's like, dude, this came out in 2011. So I wonder I guess that you just said there's a new series coming out. So maybe people are. Well,
this is Netflix doing it. They're pushing that piece of shit to set you up for the piece of shit that they're going to put out.
I'm too glasses half full. I'm going to believe that it's going to be decent until I watch it and it sucks. But I'm definitely going to watch it, though.
Oh, yeah, I'll give it a shot.
Did you watch Last of Us?
Yes, I did.
And Jed, are you still there, Jed?
I lived it.
Yeah.
You lived it.
Mm-hmm.
I was just
excited. Play the game?
No, yeah. Well, in my basement too.
I was excited to talk to you guys about a series that I actually made it through. It doesn't really happen all that often.
Yeah, so it was 6 episodes or some shit like that. It was really short.
But I made it. Don't try to rain on my accomplishments, Jen. You know what? I can feel like I had an edible a little while ago, and I can feel it starting to take over my lips. One. Yeah, it's starting to take over my lips a little bit.
Mike, that was 9 episodes, and it was like full hour episodes almost. So
yeah, see,
congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations. Yeah. Good on you.
Well, I'm glad you came around, Jed.
Came around for what?
Well, it's just like, it's not in this day and age. It's hard for people to admit that they're wrong about something, even if it was only 10 seconds ago.
I'm not the one that always keeps giving you shit about not watching good TV versus fucking crap TV. Meanwhile, you got Vampire Diaries on over there that plays.
Oh my God, no, Mike.
Yeah. No.
Is that Vanessa?
No. Well,
he blames Vanessa, but know that he's watching it.
So Vanessa watched, I can't remember what she was watching it on, but I guess whatever, she made it up through a bunch of seasons, and then whatever platform it was on, it's no longer on. So I was subjected to it. I'm not going to lie that I didn't see any of it, but I was a hater from the beginning. I just do not believe in pretty vampires. I want like ugly, blood-sucking fucking...
Yeah.
Like, I want those vampires, man. You know what I mean?
Or at least... if you're going to be pretty, because they had to be charming and lure people in, but then they got to turn into blood-sucking creatures.
Right. Mm-hmm. Where you at on Underworld?
I watched the movies, but other than watching Kate Beckinsale on a fucking skin-tight, goddamn gorgeous outfit.
Oh man, I know.
Holy shit.
The second one was actually, what was the one where they did the way back, the prequel story? Was that the third one or the second one?
Yeah, I think so.
3 or 4.
That one was actually really, really good. I thought it was gonna be dog shit, but then everything after that was dog shit. I think the next 2 movies.
Wasn't the second one with the guy from Creed? That's what I call him.
He looked like that guy, man. He really did, man. And you know what? It's funny that you say that, because it's okay. Like, it's a good, like, I guess, popcorn type vampire movie, if you want to call it that. But it was definitely like trendy. Kind of that trendy, shiny, like a little too far on that side of the fence of the shiny vampire than the
tech noir vampire.
Yeah. But it was all right.
Yeah, I mean, it gave some interesting things, like the council of head vampires that go to sleep for a while and then come back. Yeah, that was something I had never seen before. But it's not like I'm balls deep in vampire lore. So, hey, did you watch True Blood? If you like vampires. Okay.
Yes.
The sex on that was awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, it was, man. It was, and it went, yeah.
Actually, the first season was fucking really good, and then like every year there was a different. Okay, here's another mythical creature.
Yeah, I stopped at, I think it was season 2. Was that when Joe Montanello or whatever, or fucking werewolf fucking dude came on it? Was that the second one?
Joe Manganiello?
Manganiello, that's his name. Whatever the fuck his name is.
You fucking learn respect and you say an Italian man's name right.
Hey, Joe Manganiello. Hey, how you doing? Hey, it's me, Luigi.
Hey, Brother Kyle, I give you a little shit tip, Brother Kyle. Hey.
I've been teaching my daughter how to talk with an Italian accent ever since they're all hyped up over the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Jed, I got kind of a funny one for you real quick. So Jefferson's birthday was like 2 weeks ago, and we went to the hibachi, and Gurman was with us. Jefferson was on the other side, like all the way on the other side of the U, and me and Gurman were on this side. And dude came out, and you know how they start out with a bunch of like acrobatic fucking ninja shit or whatever before they actually start like cooking everything. He was doing that, and he kept going hey, over and over again. We were dying, and Gurman leans over and he goes, "Yo, this guy's speaking Jefferson's language."
I thought you were gonna say Jefferson said like Kanishiwas or something like that to him.
Oh, that would have been fucking money if he did. Yeah. He was speaking Jefferson, and Jefferson was speaking him. Yeah, that'd be great.
That's funny. I got 2 movies that I've been like meaning to watch, but I haven't gotten around to it yet. There was a Happy Joy Ren and Stimpy story. It's a documentary about how the fucking creator was all fucked up and all that shit.
He had to be.
Yeah. I mean, he did the voice of Ren, and they were like, they have all these, and he's like been blacklisted and shit. And
yeah, wasn't there some kind of controversy to like kid touch or something?
There was some really fucked up shit that I think there was some type of mental breakdown and abuse and all types of weird shit. I haven't watched it yet, but I want to. And the other one's where is it? Dio, Dreamers Never Die. It's all about Ronnie James Dio.
Somebody just told me about that one and said it was awesome.
I never knew that he was like in some weird fucking suit jacket tie, like fucking 60s, like fucking hip hop, not hip hop, but like a, you know, like Temptations type of band.
Doo-wop?
Is that right?
Doo-wop, yeah. Yeah. There was like pictures of him. I started like, I was like flipping through real quick. I was like,
Look out.
shit.
Just like Van Halen.
Yeah.
He could have brought his suit to the Hot for Teacher. Shit.
Dude, I was fucking blown. I was like, holy fuck. I'm like, I didn't know that's how he started out. It was like, yeah, Tommy Two Tones type of fucking band.
Imagine David Lee Roth and Dio in the same, in like matching suits doing that dance.
Oh my God.
They're both short little fuckers, aren't they too, right? Fucking
Yeah.
David Lee Roth's like 5'3", isn't he?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not the
That would
biggest
fit
dude.
perfect. But yeah, I've been meaning to watch those. But I watched instead of spending $100 at the movie theater, I watched Super Mario Brothers today at home with the family.
Oh
So that
yeah,
was-
I was going to go find one.
That was good. It was, you know, a stupid kids movie. It's not like fucking there was any plot fucking to it. You know?
Would it happen to find its way to a JF?
Sure. It's a cam, and it's
That's fine. It's
got that
expected.
dumbass fucking slotsmachine.com fucking shit floating around on the video.
Come to 100% slots. You want to get wins, big wins. Money paid out every day.
Thankfully, that's not in that one. They cut those out. But yeah, sometimes they do the superimposing of the guy with the wheel and spinning and all that weird shit and stuff. But
Yeah, those other ones were so fucking jarring because they always came at like an emotional scene or like a close-up shot in the dark, and then my mother, she's dying of cancer. She's got the cancer. Oh, 100% slots payout every day. 50% off. But yeah.
yes, the audio's not that great, but it's for a cam. It's actually watchable.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll throw it up there.
That actually is something I want to bring out. I was thinking about today. I was doing that cancer voice earlier. And like in English, you say cancer, it's terrible, you know, but if you're Irish, they always say it so much worse. It's like, my mother, she's got the cancer. It draws out. It's cancer.
Answer.
She's not gonna make it, Sean.
Sean.
It's always Sean.
Yeah. O'Malley.
But that was just a little thing I wanted to toss off.
I will put it on Jetflix Plus.
Please. Does Netflix Plus have ads? Is it ad supported?
No. There's a all 100% free
100% slots.
24/7.
All right. That's enough of that guy.
Yeah.
I have a piece of weird news since we're not doing any kind of what do you call it? Like any kind
how
of
many
structure.
episodes do you think we're going to just keep reminding people that we have no format anymore?
We have,
Do you think they give a fuck anymore? Do you think
not really, not really.
they're like, shut up about the fucking format already?
It's only been 2 episodes, man. Well, 2 that I'm on anyway.
3. Yeah.
3.
Since you weren't here.
So we're all
Okay.
sports fans here.
Yep.
Did you guys ever hear about the Peyton Manning sexual assault, possible or alleged sexual assault incident with the trainer?
No.
So apparently he was getting a massage and by a female masseuse or whatever, and he like slid down the bench and like maneuvered his junk to like be on her face, and it was covered up. Anyways, I'll just give you a little snippet of it real quick. According to Sean King, this happened in 1996. According to Sean King of the New York Daily News, in court documents from 2003 that were recently obtained, it was alleged that in 1996, Manning sexually assaulted Dr. Jamie Notright,
Not right.
who was not right.
Not right.
This is not on the Onion, I promise. Who was serving as the associate athletic trainer for the Volunteers football program. Per the document, which was drafted by Notright's lawyer, when Notright was examining Manning's foot for a potential stress fracture, He allegedly forcefully maneuvered his naked testicles and rectum directly on her face with his penis on top of her head. She later reported the incident to the Sexual Assault Crisis Center in Knoxville, Tennessee. I shouldn't be laughing when I'm reading it, but
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
Never heard about that one.
No, did she win or they?
I'm checking out. I'll have to get back to you for part 2 in a few minutes.
I would be laughing. If I wasn't trying to workshop some kind of nationwide dick joke in my head right now. But it's not coming, so fuck it.
Remember when you beat that meat? Beat that meat. Oh shit, man.
That family. Hey, try the veal.
That's what I gotta get a clip of Jefferson going. Hey, I gotta just put that as a soundboard.
We'll have to do a couple of them because we'll have to get like a short one, a medium one, and then like a long one.
Yeah,
depending on the situation.
Yeah.
Oh, and you can if you get the what's his face from The Wire doing shit, you could just have them play off each other.
When Jefferson comes over here to record, I'm gonna have him record those, Jed, and then I'm gonna tell him that he's not doing it right. Hand him a bottle of water. Be like, dude, give me another one.
All right, so part two of the questions for our host. All right. So Chris, which one would you rather have? Vagina on your forehead or a bunch of dicks going down your back like a stegosaurus?
Oh, fucking give me the stegosaurus back.
It's kind of an easy one.
Why?
Because I could scare kids at the pool. I go up like the fucking hump of the Loch Ness Monster going down, and each dick would spout out in sequence. It's like a
like the fountains in Las Vegas.
Yeah, like that. And those old synchronized swimming movies. I can't remember this.
All the kids would be terrified, but all the moms would be listening.
Mm-hmm. And glistening when we're done.
Massages where they have a whole new happy ending.
Could you get my back anywhere?
It's like the dude with the penis back keeps calling for Adult Swim every 5 minutes.
Now, it's just dicks, right? It's not balls, too?
Just dicks.
Yeah. 100%. 100%. I'm not going to do it.
Why not just the balls? Just get the balls. No dicks.
No dicks.
Because it would be very uncomfortable to lay down or to lean back on a chair. Like if you move too quick, man, all your balls would be like get kicked in them.
You might take them if they weren't as sensitive as real balls, because then they could just be kind of like built in. You know how when you put a tennis ball on your back and you go up against a wall to give yourself it could be all built in like back massagers.
Or I could just think of it as a bunch of tumors from cancer.
Your friend from work slaps you on the back. Hey, Chris, how you doing today? Whap.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Question number 5 of 6.
Wait, did Mike answer that?
Oh, I'm with you. Yeah, I have to agree. Yeah. Okay. I don't want
you can cosplay as a stegosaurus. That's just
when he first said
easy.
When he first said vagina on the forehead, I thought he meant like that's where it was. Not that it was yours, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So I almost jumped into Vanessa just crawled in here in a cat outfit. I shit you not. I might have to go.
Did she literally crawl?
Yeah, all four. Yeah, all fours.
Okay. Yeah. She's like, you've been at this a little too long. Well, Jed's internet went out.
She did have the other half of that, the Rice Krispie, the Bizarro Joe Rice Krispie treat. So,
right.
I don't even think it's like a sexual thing. I think she really is just crawling around the house.
So fucking weird.
Right back out the door. Hey, don't forget to shut the door, please.
Oh God, your life, dude. Oh.
Listen, I paid my dues, man. It was a long
I know. I'm not begrudging you. I wish I could taste a little bit of it.
Well, listen, I mean, to be fair, we do all the same mundane shit everybody else does.
But fuck yeah. No, I get it. It's just the cool shit that you do that it's like, oh, I want some of that. We all have fucking, we have our ups, we have our downs.
Mm-hmm.
But
Jed's been working on a divorce for years. But,
oh no.
No, not really.
Okay.
Yeah. That's the character I play on the show.
Yep.
Okay. Is she still mowing your lawn?
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Has she gotten out there yet for the first one of the season?
No, not yet. Not yet. Hasn't really grown up there.
Good.
Got to give it a couple more weeks, you know.
Yeah, you're just staring out at an ocean of sand right now.
Oh man, this
I want to
fucking
just macadam the whole fucking thing. We have people cutting down trees in our backyard though. They're building a house. And I was like, fuck. Like we had like some woods, and then they're fucking taking like half the forest away so they can build a house back there.
No, it sucks.
I'm like, god damn it! Now I gotta get fucking drapes or blinds for my back windows and shit. I'm like, fuck.
Now I just had Mike come over with some one-way tint.
Yeah, right.
There you go.
Either that or just let him walk. You see me walk around, you know, fucking no pants on.
Yeah.
Because, you know, it's like at nighttime, like a house, you know, it's like a movie screen. You just see shit from a distance in the dark. You're like, oh, there. Yeah.
Look, I'm going to cop to Ashley. Like, if I'm a passenger in the car and I get bored, I start looking in open windows, see what the fuck's going on up there. What are they watching?
Free entertainment.
What's for dinner? Smells good.
When he asked you if your wife was still mowing the lawn, I thought he's kind of said it in like a Dice Man kind of way, and I thought he was like it was like a euphemism, you know. But then it was like, nah, he's serious. Just like, yeah, she's still out there cutting the grass.
Got the collar up. Hey, yo.
Hey, she's mowing the fucking lawn.
Putting the cigarette up and around my head and smoking. Hey.
While you're out there, why don't you bring the fucking mail in? How hard is it to stop and bring me the fucking bills? You see me doing the fucking paperwork here. You dumb whore.
That's a man with a lot of hours of listening logged, for sure.
He is definitely, I'd probably say, a good 20% of my psyche.
How about like where did you guys weigh in? Like I used to listen to like his first like cassette all the time, but the second one was like, you know, some of the nursery rhymes were okay, but a lot of the second show kind of fell short, right? Because
we talking about hard. The day the laughter died.
Was that the second one? Yeah,
the one with the black and white.
I think so.
He did that on purpose.
Oh yeah.
He went up like he is so confident in his act. He may not be that confident in life. He's got a little bit, but you know, he's just like every other artist, you know, insecure and everything, but he portrays that. But his craft, he's always been like, I am the shit. So he went up and intentionally bombed and recorded it.
Really?
Because why the fuck not?
Sales, money.
They still sold. He was on the top of the game and everybody bought it.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like a fuck you. This is what I'm going to give you. I'm over here now.
Where did the Ford Fairlane movie fall into place then? Was that something?
Ford Fairlane was great, man.
Yeah.
It was, but it was critically a failure, unfortunately.
Right.
Because it was blackballed as well. Like before, by the studio. The execs buried it. They put it up against something that it had no chance of touching. I forget. I saw a documentary about it. I don't know the exact facts, but I know he kind of got screwed.
That's like the guy from
the punch bowl.
The only thing I think I remember two things from that movie. Gilbert Gottfried was in it, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there was a part where they were falling, and they're like, he's like, my hair. That's like the guy that did the whole Ren and Stimpy thing. He was affiliated with some other dude. I forget what the artist's name is. Something with a B, like Bashari or something like that. That made the first like X-rated cartoon ever. It was like it's pretty fucking racist too. Actually, it's about this cat and he's like wants to be a crow, and like crows are just like black people. and he's just like down there. It's some fucked up shit.
So it's not, it's thinly veiled, but not very thinly.
No, not at all.
Did you guys see that picture that Levy posted of the, I guess it was a glitch. Was it The Last of Us? Where the dude just had a black face, like completely blacked out.
No.
I didn't see that shit. I gotta dig that up.
Ooh, yes, share it in the chat so we can all say if you find it.
So he was like the dude that did Ren and Stimpy, John Kricfalusi, I think that's how you pronounce it. Chris Falusi, I think his name is. He was real big, in with Tenacious D. Like he did a bunch of shit for them, and but he was affiliated with Ralph Bakshi, who that was in the early 80s, and he was an animator. It was the name of this place. The thing was called Fritz the Cat.
Oh yeah,
released in 1972. So yeah, so he was affiliated with him, and that was the first X rating from the MPA for an animated film. But yeah, he did that dude did like Wizards and Lord of the Rings, the rotoscope version in 78. Mm-hmm. Fire and Ice, if you guys remember that. And Cool World.
Cool World,
yep.
Cruel World or Cool World?
Cool. The animation, live
say
action. Whip. What are you saying? Whip. Yeah, Cool World. Okay. 1992. Anyway, so he was associated with him. So that was like he was, kind of fucked up to begin with there. But yeah, he only did the first 2 seasons of Ren and Stimpy before he got fired or whatever. And they were like they were like Andrew Dice Clay. They were like on the top of their game. Like everybody was all into that shit, and they were making hand over fist money. And he fucked it all up because he had like this fucked up shit. But yeah, anyway, so I gotta watch the rest of that, or I gotta start watching that documentary when I get a chance.
Jed, where do you want me to put the pictures? In the lobby?
Which pictures?
I have this thing from Levy's wall.
Oh, I don't care. I'm in like on air, but that's
on air. All right. Yeah. Well, real quick before we go to that, Chris, do you see where it's on the left where it says lobby, on air, BNS trailers?
Yeah.
Click on the lobby for a second, and there's a.
Yeah, I'm seeing. Is that Peter Cullen?
That's a Will Fong original. Will Fong sketched up Peter Cullen and the Human Centipede.
Oh, nice.
Oh man,
the fictional, maybe non-fictional Peter Cullen sex cult.
At least he was on the front, so he could still do the voice.
Yeah, right. All right, so I'm putting this one in the on air.
Oh, wow, yeah.
A little bit.
Josh's comment. I'm a dude playing this dude.
Is that Amos or Andy?
Wow.
And it's just like it. So it doesn't look to listen. Hear me out for a second. It doesn't look like blackface to me. It looks like he's like a burnt match because it goes. You see where his chest is. It's like an uneven like line. It just to me it looks like he's like a burnt match more than anything. But I know. But perception on the internet in 2023.
Yeah,
I understand.
Wow. Well, I guess that's from the PC version they just rolled out.
Yeah, they've been having a lot of problems with it.
A lot,
as you can see.
How hard is it to fucking port a game that's a couple years old now to a PC?
A couple years, more like a decade, man.
Okay, I don't know.
A long time.
I had no idea when this game came out because I had never played it. I'm not a gamer.
And then they did a remix, whatever, remastered version of it for the PS4, I think it was. And then they did this HD version of it now for the. And then they did the PC port of it. So
you're just bolstering my argument.
Yeah.
Why? You had the whole pandemic to figure that fucker out.
Right. Yeah. I mean, they did a great job with Spider-Man. No, like hardly any problems with that at all. I think it was just rushed. That's
I have
a
a
problem.
question for you, Jen.
Yeah.
Now, you know animation and like, you know, that kind of shit a little better than the rest of us. So that's not a glitch. Like somebody was fucking around, right?
Yeah,
So
that's somebody's back office NPC.
That's texturing. So you have to deliberately do something like that.
Okay, maybe it's a layer. The skin tone layer came on. This is the shadow layer.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Question number 5.
Yes.
Chris, what do deaf people sound like when they're having sex?
This reminds me of an old rabbits and, cotton balls joke that never fucking made sense to me. Because they're soft, but they're not cotton balls. Unless it's Peter Cottontail. Then it's cotton's balls. But I think deaf people would probably not know what the fuck is going on. Like, when they're just feeling something, they let out little grunts. It's like Tourette's.
Mm-hmm.
But with them, most of them, you're not going to get words. You're just going to get...
I can hear, and that's what I sound like.
All right.
But
and this one was specifically for you, Mike and Chris. But how many insects' eggs do you think are in your pillow right now?
Hundreds.
Yeah.
Hundreds.
Yeah.
Thousands, more like thousands.
Yeah, I figured. Listen, man, I know about all of it. I get mad when people post shit on TikTok or whatever, like the reels where they show a dude cutting a fucking banana into slices and then sticking that shit under a microscope and looking at this whole ecosystem. You know what I mean? And it's like a fresh banana, and it's like, I know that shit, but I just don't want to fucking see it. I don't want to think about it. I just want to eat the banana and drink my coffee and relax.
My favorite story about fucking bananas in a grocery store was a couple years ago. I can't remember what store it was. If it was a Weiss or if it was Wegmans or something like that. But someone was stung by a fucking scorpion when they went to pick up a bunch of bananas. There was a fucking scorpion in the fucking bunch of the bananas still. And it fucking got him. Came over.
Was it in a place that scorpions should be? Or just...
Yeah, apparently they live in banana bunches.
No. I mean, in where the supermarket was that they were bought at.
No,
okay,
it was in the States.
Okay, so we have scorpions in the States.
Yeah, but not in banana bunches.
Okay.
Because isn't I think main export of bananas is South America or Central America, somewhere like that. Well,
they're gonna have to figure out because the banana crop that we now know is going away. It's going extinct somehow.
I've heard that.
You know what? Here it is. On the morning of January 13th, cafeteria workers at Stanford Gibson Primary School in Norwich were washing bananas in a metal tub when a scorpion fell out from the stem portion of the bunch. Fox 5, New York. That was 8 years ago.
To get stung or just scared by it?
Oh, wait. No, I'm sorry. That wasn't. Oh, this was just recent. That was January. It was this past year. So that's the second short time I've heard it. Shit. So, if you're buying bananas, watch out for scorpions.
Come on. Yeah. Have you come to see the ruins, my friend? That's all I have to say. And whoever gets that, you get it.
Oh, Michael.
Was that the last of the questions?
That was the last of the questions.
I have a question for Chris. We don't have to spend too long on it. I don't want to drag this show down by talking about Transformers or anything.
I know, right? It's just it's one of those fucking stupid things that just
comes up from time to time.
Like, Mike, just fucking grow up, dude. When are you gonna grow the fuck up? Sell your shit, fucking, sell your guitars, cut your hair, fucking. Let's go now. I think it's past time now.
It says my 18 Hot Toys Iron Man.
20, not 18. Anyway,
so Chris, you seem to have an opinion on that. I just got that DX9 Omega Supreme, and I was like, it was so cheap I had to get it. And I'm like, I'm just gonna check them out, and if I don't like it, I'm sure I'll be able to sell it and whatever.
What'd you pay for it?
$220.
220
on $220 on BBT. So it ended up being like $230 something with tax and stuff.
I think that's what it was when it originally came out.
Yeah.
So at least they kept the pricing consistent. Now you got a good copy, right? Not the
not the arms. No.
Yeah, missing arms. Oh, that would fucking piss me off.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Because the anticipation of getting the package. That's really the interesting part anymore. It's just awaiting something to come to your door.
Right.
And then pulling it out, looking at it, putting it on a shelf, walking away. Come back, look at it.
Look at you with your fancy shelves. I just throw mine on the floor.
Take pictures of it, share it on the internet, try to get people to feel something and give you fake ego boosts.
Yeah.
And then look at it again.
Mm-hmm.
And then go pre-order some
move on.
else.
Yeah, exactly. Like, when's the next package coming?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I had fear of missing out on the steel jaw from MMC.
Yeah.
It's been sold out everywhere. I convinced myself, because I built a damn nice custom of that thing that's a good stand-in. But seeing it sell out everywhere made me think maybe I should try and track one down. I finally did. It'll be here tomorrow. But, I was going to wait until the inevitability of it going on a clearance sale at some point, because they're going to make more. Mm-hmm. It's going to come out, and it's going to sit there for a while.
Well, isn't it just exclusive right now, right, from the show? They didn't do like a main run of it yet, did they?
No, I think this is the main run.
Oh, is the main run? Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't been paying attention lately to Transformers.
I didn't see any pre-orders go out for it. I just saw the convention ones. I didn't see any. I didn't see a main like a regular release.
Am I confusing this with fucking Rewind? Because wasn't one have Chrome?
Oh,
the other one didn't have Chrome.
Yeah. That's what you're talking about. Rewind. Yeah.
That one's sold out. I can't get that one yet.
Yeah.
So I'll wait to get the other one.
Yeah,
and then,
the regular is going to come out.
Then is it still KFC or is it XTB? Showed their
both
like regular cassette size.
Mm-hmm.
Versions of them, and I was like, maybe I should wait and get those. But then I'm like, you know what? I got the fucking MMC Ravage. I got the Rumble and Frenzy. I got the Vultures too, but they're not in the shelf where they belong. I use the cassette size ones. But I'm back and forth with that scale of those things. What should they be? Should they be cassette scale or should they mass shift?
I'm mixing with most of them being bigger, but the only ones that I'm staying on the smaller side with the original size is the Buzzards and Ratbat.
There you go. That's where I'm at.
Yep.
Makes sense.
Now I did put Frenzy, and I'm going to call the red one Frenzy, off the shelf, and I put the one that came with the Fans toys coming out of his chest.
Yeah.
So he's smaller, popping out, but he'll
Right.
get bigger. And rumbles down the hallway with his pile drivers on, bashing into the cave wall.
You could just do like a force perspective and use both of them, like the small one coming out of his chest and the bigger one, up close.
True, but then I would want motion lines. And how am I going to? I could, maybe get some hot glue and form that. It's doable.
Mm-hmm.
I've been doing a lot better with just waiting on stuff. Like I didn't really even hit anybody up to try to get Eject or Rewind, or was it Rewind that just came out?
Yeah.
Show. I didn't even bother hitting anybody up for that one. Like the Primus, those people that put that Unicron out, what is it, the Studio Cell or whatever,
yep,
are doing the Primus. I didn't even bother. I'm like, eventually I'll get it, but that's one of those things that I know I'm going to be able to see on sale down the line.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like a $400 asking price now, isn't it?
Yeah. Yep.
Fuck that.
Yeah, I didn't bother with that. And there's there's some stuff that I'm just kind of waiting on. Mm-hmm. It's inevitable. It always fucking happens.
I'd fucking put my money someplace else for some of that shit.
I just made not too long ago what I consider an extravagant unnecessary purchase for this collection. I had the Studio Cell Unicron when it first came out.
Yeah, that's right. What number are you on now?
It's 2. It's
Okay.
only ever going to be 2, but I needed the planet mode. And it put the planet mode on top of my Legends diorama thing, and it's glorious. Like, I wish sun could come in my window from down there and go through, like, the city of Tanis and show me where the Ark is buried.
Just at that one little spot. That's all. The only spot the sunlight hits. Oh,
Special
shit!
time every day. The sun shines through this little pinhole in the curtain.
But it's got to be like only on like a couple dates during the year. You know, like 3 or 4. Like one day each season, and like when it happens, Chris like he fucking demands that the rest of the family comes down.
It's a holiday. It's like
Neil.
He has risen again.
You show respect.
Just come along and make your father happy.
God, this is so beautiful.
He's there dressed all in fucking, the whole fucking, outfit and shit like that with the fucking Habib on his fucking head and shit.
And the fucking like Moncala board on his chest.
He looked like the lead singer of Ghost filling in for the Cybertronic spree.
You know what? His figure actually looks like fucking the dude from Styx, the lead singer, Dennis DeYoung.
Yeah.
Like, I got the figure in my hand right now, and I'm just the eyes are kind of dead because they're blue.
Papa I or Papa One or whatever.
His name is Rene Belloc.
But wasn't his character? Oh no, I mean like I thought we were talking about the singer from Ghost.
No.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. You were talking to me. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
The lead singer. Yeah. What the hell's his name?
Papa
Dennis DeYoung.
We had like 4 conversations going at the same time.
I think so. That's weed.
I didn't smoke any though.
By the way,
my fucking problem.
Hey, I don't know. Maybe you're still flustered from your internet kerfuffle.
It could be, or just lack of fucking sleep and, working off of 4 cups of coffee.
Yeah, aren't you due to be up for another 17 hours?
I got 6 more hours in the day yet.
Nice.
Yeah, dude, you gotta make that whole, right? So the light sensor, when the light hits the fucking staff of Ra, that it's like there's like a light sensor in the back, so it sees the light and then it turns on the LED and just fucking shines a fucking laser straight down into the fucking floor, That'd be perfect.
And it'll start strobing, and then it'll end up being the thing from the titty twister from Dust Till Dawn. See.
Play Space is never finished.
Oh no. I'm actually evicting a whole bunch of mainline boxes. It's mainly the movie cast who aren't in the studio series boxes.
Yeah.
So that'll get taken out, and Indy's thing will actually, the Alien shelf will move down to where those boxes are, and Indy will be under the Ghostbusters.
Nice. Word. I'm actually going through my stuff. I'm almost done opening all my boxes that I had. I'm at my last of my Figmas. I have the Attack on Titan crew, Mike, and I fucking put them together. I haven't posed anybody on any shelves or anything. I've actually literally just been fucking taking things out of boxes, putting them in the fucking bags, labeling the shit, accessories, and just throwing them on the fucking shelf, laying down for now so I can get it all off the floor. And I got about 3 like lawn and garden like garbage bags like filled with boxes that I'm saving.
Yeah.
And all the other shit fucking went in the trash.
So you brought up the Attack on Titan shit. Let us run something by Chris here real quick. So, Chris, are you familiar with Attack on Titan at all?
I am not.
So, I try to give it to you like in a nutshell, but it's basically like
So that'd be good.
20-foot tall, 30-foot tall, 40-foot tall humans with no junk, and they basically are after regular sized humans that live inside this walled off kingdom And like you go outside the walls, you run the risk of getting eaten by these Titans. These Titans just eat people. And that's just what they do. And there's like 4 seasons worth of an amazing storyline that leads you down some path that you had no idea you were going to go down when you first start watching it. But just the basic premise of it when you first start watching it is exactly what I just said. These big ass Titans that eat, and they're all naked, and they all have like regular haircuts and shit. They just look like regular every average day people. They're not like monstrous or anything. They just look like big naked people, except they some of them smile when they walk around and shit. They just basically eat regular people. So
they're walking around nude?
Nude, yeah. Okay. But none of them have any like visual junk.
Okay. What about breasts?
Yeah, but no nipples.
Okay, so they had to get some of the fucking incels happy.
Right. And then there's like and then among those Titans there's like maybe I think there are 8 or 9 special Titans and shit like that are more like they're able to think. You know what I mean? The other ones are really kind of like zombie-like for the most part. They just go around eating and shit like that, eating people. But there's like ones that are special that can actually like think and do their own thing. But so anyways, getting a little bit too far down the road, but that's basically like the premise. And I came up with an idea for a Blackout and Shout like poster where Jed has these like the action figures that are like the human-sized action figures from Attack on Titan. And I said, us 3 would be like perfect scale to be Titans. So I said we should all get naked, and
it's just a ploy to get me naked. Yeah. I was like, no, sir. I am smarter than your,
have some buildings like
obvious trick.
Buildings like specifically in the right place to block all junk and shit like that, and it would just be like the 3 of us as Titans coming after the action figures as they would be in the animation.
I mean, Jet doesn't have to do it. You just find an AI art generator that will generate him naked.
Absolutely, we're going to do that. I have so many plans to do with fucking Stable Diffusion and all the fucking wonderful pictures of Mike that are on the internet as well. I it's a plethora of fucking, things that I could possibly do, but I haven't just had the time.
Yeah.
It's one of those things.
3D rendering takes up way too much time.
This will be the second cease and desist that Jed's been involved in.
Now, Jed, do you want me to tell you if I see any of you naked on the internet?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. Yeah. Well, I figured you'd be fine with it, and probably may have leaked it.
I might have, yeah. Maybe I'm making money on it. Who knows?
Yeah.
There's a lot of those like unknown porn star, fucking things out there. Plus, like a lot of VR stuff, you don't really see the guy except, the fucking from the waist down. That's about it. Unless they're doing some type of fucking weird, shit. So
the word insertion comes to mind.
It's insertion. Anyway, I was talking about fucking action figures, but as of course this whole conversation drifted over to fucking porn. But one thing that I do appreciate with Figma, Mike, is that I don't know if you have any Figma figures, but
I do.
One thing that's really nice about them is they give you a bag with the fucking figure. It has Figma on the front of it, has a nice little part where you can put a label, label it and shit. And the bag's like a good 3x6. So you can stuff like really big accessories in there and like little mini stands and shit like that.
Right.
So you don't have to worry about having your little fucking plastic dope bag fucking like you're a dealer fucking stuffing shit in there.
What kind of bag? We talking like a Crown Royal bag?
It's nice and it's like it's heavy. It's like not polyurethane. It's fucking nice and thick. So
you put your fucking D&D dice in there, you fucking fairy.
That shit a whole fucking tons of shit. I'm trying to think like what would be a good comparison of like material that fucking it uses. It's not Mylar, of course. It's just like heavy, thick plastic, like freezer bag thickness,
Okay.
That shitty Glad bag, like thick.
Can you sous vide in it?
Yeah. You know what? I would say, yeah, that's probably a good comparison.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
You see how old we are right now?
Well, the only reason why I know that word is because fucking Levy has some type of sous vide machine, and
so do I. I use it often, at least twice a week.
To me, it's just boil a bag at that point.
It is, but you can take. Here's where it works. It's like my wife and I have some kind of détente where we would just don't bring out some meat out of the freezer, because I buy in bulk. I pack it in vacuum sealed freezer bags, and we take some out of the freezer, defrost it for dinner at night. Mm-hmm. Sometimes we forget to do that, and it's noon when I come back in the house for lunch or something, and I'm like, what the fuck are we gonna have for dinner? Okay, let's have a steak. Pull out the sous vide, fucker's still frozen. I put it in by 4:30, 5 o'clock. That fucker's done to 1:30, perfect. I pull it out, I sear it, put it on a plate. Everybody loves it.
That's the weirdest fucking pitch meeting for a sous vide commercial. It's just like, what the fuck we have it? I don't know. Fuck it. Let's boil that shit.
Now, I will say I don't like sous vide chicken. I tried that. It just didn't work out right.
Chicken has like that. I keep telling my wife, because she always yells at me, oh, you're so picky. You have to have fucking, grilled chicken. I'm like, yes, I do. Because chicken, like fucking muscle or whatever, has like that consistency to it that if you don't fucking burn it and fucking break it apart, it has that fucking rubbery texture to it. And that's probably what you're fucking eating, just big fucking ball of rubber when you bring it out of that plastic bag from its hot bath.
Yeah, there's all different types of chicken textures, apparently, because the inorganic way we are raising the chickens. Just think of the chicken fucking slaughter that is going on. I want to eat as many as I can. I'm not saying let's stop. I'm just saying think of the slaughter.
I've seen the videos where they take the fucking beaks and they clip them off in the big vise and shit so they can't
nice
each other. Yeah, it's like, so they square off their fucking beaks so that when they go to peck the other chickens, they don't do any damage to the fucking goods.
Nice. Yeah. But they're breast heavy, of course, because that's more valuable, and they are the hormones are causing diseases that are not harmful to us, but 90% of chicken that is sold in American supermarkets today has striations in it. You look at it, it has white lines, just white lines going down it. That is, I think it's called striping disease or white striping disease. And then there's spaghetti chicken, which is, if you've seen it, and it just shreds apart. And then there's one other one, but I haven't seen that one. But rubbery chicken is one of the worst. Like when you go to a fast food place, I'm like, oh, give me that chicken sandwich. You bite into it, and it's like right the fuck out of your mouth.
Big fucking Super Bowl fucking flavored chicken broth.
Yep. And I'm never the type of guy to take it back in and say, look, this is shit. Can you give me another one? I'll just throw it in the fucking trash and be like, well, I'm out fucking $25.
Yeah. The wife was ordering some food for tonight, right? Special takeout night. And we had gotten food from this place before, and they gave us like yellow fucking lettuce on our fucking hoagies and fucking burgers and shit. And she's like, do you want anything special? I said, yeah, green lettuce. Green lettuce. I was yelling real loud. Oh, yeah. I said, did she hear me? I said, green lettuce. Because I ain't gonna fucking pay for that shit. Fuck. Giving you fucking terrible. $5 for a handful of fucking shredded ass fucking iceberg lettuce. Give me fucking something that at least fucking looks good. See, this is old people problems. Really, no. If I was 20 and I got a lettuce core yellow lettuce, I don't think I'd be happy with it either.
No, we wouldn't be happy about it. But I'm talking like now, like if we get a bad meal, it fucks our day.
Oh no, I mean
with the concert.
Fuck that. Nah, man, I fucking let people know about that shit when I was fucking way fucking younger. Like we go to Perkins or go to some fucking place, and the one time I had a fucking piece of plastic in my fucking pasta bowl. What the fuck's this shit? Over there on off of fucking Tillman, Mike, there was the fucking Perkins and stuff. I was like, I'm like fucking melted fucking piece of plastic. Like,
You bought pasta from Perkins?
Yeah, it was when they had the fettuccine Alfredo bread bowls back in the day. They were good back then because you eat the bowl and fucking shit. It's all soaked full of fucking fettuccine. Anyway, yeah, big fucking piece of melted plastic in it. I'm like, what? The guy came out. He's like, oh, sorry. Sorry about that. I said, that's it. I see. I get a fucking sorry. You fucking poisoned me. He's like, oh,
you talk about that fucking coupon.
I said,
my family's sick, dying.
There was 5 of us. It was after band practice, and I was like, fucking. I said, how about you fucking cover all our fucking meals? Oh yeah, okay, yeah. It's like free fucking dinner for everybody. So how about some fucking dessert too? Oh yeah, sure. Just don't fucking, please don't sue us or call. I'm like, yeah, all right.
My fucking daughter. She's fucking dying.
Sorry, how can I help you? I'm sorry. Just long.
I just brought up a stoner memory. I'm sorry.
Long fucking uncomfortable silence. You okay? What? Nah, fuck that shit. Like anything. Like we were at a restaurant in Palmerton years ago, and they had like the door. We were sitting near the door into the kitchen, and I saw this lady. She was fucking doing cold prep, making fucking salads. Fucking right. Reaches down, scratches her fucking foot.
Oh, come on,
went right back into the fucking salad with it. I was like, no, nope, nope. We are not fucking paying for the food here. No, nope. But yeah, that ruined my day. No matter what fucking whatever age I am. What's the worst meal you ever had?
That's a good question.
Like where you literally got up and just fucking walked out. You're like, ugh. Like this is fucking baby vomit.
Okay, I got it. It was like shit back in the mid 90s. I was delivering furniture, and there was a pizza place in Delaware called Seasons Pizza.
Not Tony's.
And they're like a chain now. They're all over the place. Delaware is very xenophobic, and it really clings to its own industry, where if it's made in Delaware, nothing else can fucking touch it, It's very regionalism. But anyway, what was I saying, please?
Worst fucking meal you ever had.
Okay, yeah, Seasons Pizza.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's just like Levy's still here, man.
Yeah. It's like we were saying that the words are like Tetris blocks just falling. No, I lost it.
Chris, you're fitting in like almost seamlessly.
Am I Bizarro, Levy?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
You're sort of white.
All right. Anyway, I stopped at this joint and I had a thing of pasta. It was just spaghetti and meatballs. And this is after like reading the banners on the side of the building, voted Delaware's best of suck my balls. I go in there, I have the plate of spaghetti. The garlic bread was good. The meatball tasted like it came right off the fucking Cisco truck, like the fucking very worst grade that they take to fucking prisons.
or nursing homes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I know you're right. Yep.
And the sauce was some kind of ragu, not like ragu like the spaghetti sauce, but it had a consistency to it, almost like a puree, but almost like a chili. But it had no meat in it. But what it had was an overwhelming flavor of cinnamon.
Cinnamon? That's weird.
Yes. I don't know why.
That's weird.
But I couldn't get past it. So I just fucking got up, threw it in the fucking trash, and walked right out after I finished the garlic bread. But I didn't have anything to fucking dip it in because the sauce tasted like ass.
Oh, you look at the sauce?
Look at the sauce.
Look at your sauce. Hold on, you will be right back.
You like a pepper? Fresh cracked pepper?
How about you, Mike?
The worst meal, it popped into my head immediately right after you asked the question. And I can't really consider it a meal as much as like, can I count fast food
Sure.
Okay. So we played a show in New York probably 20 years ago. This was still like during the Livewire days.
Mhm.
So it was one of those days where you ever been so fucking hungry where you could eat just about anything and it'll be fine because you're that fucking hungry.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like leave to get to the show so much ahead of time, set the gear up, play the show, break down. And it was like driving through New York, which took extra time. So like there was like a long period of time between where we left for the show to after we got our shit broken down at the end of the night where we could actually like go eat something. So I was like that kind of fucking hungry.
Mhm.
And we just started kind of wandering around New York a little and we ended up at a White Castle.
Hey, forget that.
And I know I shouldn't have really expected much, but it was the grossest fucking thing I ever ate.
It's
Like,
kind of gross.
I love White Castle.
and it is like gross, a little gross to begin with, but it was like extra. Like I took a bite out of it, and after the one bite, I had to kind of like think of whether or not I wanted to fight through and eat it. It was terrible because I was that fucking hungry. Like, and then I decided to give it a second bite, and then on the second bite, I was like, I can't fucking do it, and I threw it in the first fucking trash can I passed.
Oh man.
And I ate the fries, and I fucking had to drink, and I threw them fucking White Castle burgers right in the fucking trash.
I'm gonna see how old you are and how far Channel 29's reach got to you, if you have that channel out in your neck of the woods. Do you have Channel 29 out there, Fox?
I had a Pomerty growing up. Yeah.
Yeah, 29. Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
29 on 13. Yeah.
Okay.
I had 17 too. New York.
You
17.
remember What's Happening?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I remember what's happening.
You remember that time D got the job doing the commercial for the hamburgers?
So my memory of that
Yes.
show is a little foggy. Like I remember the
She'd eat
show
like
and
fucking
the characters
500 of them or
and
something like that.
Mm-hmm. She's like, I ain't gonna eat this horse meat. I'm sorry that was a long way to go to paint this memory for you all. But
So that was when they went to the cult fucking place and they were worshiping a fucking head of lettuce named Ralph.
Yeah. God, I love that shit, man. Like if I catch it, on TV or whatever, because I still have cable, even though I still have all the other streaming things. I just like to be guided. I like TV to throw something on and me to be like, ooh, yeah, I'll watch that. Because the Netflix and streaming services algorithms don't do it for me. They require me to figure out what kind of genre do you want to watch? Well, the cable guide has its own genre because it's all done by channels.
It's too many decisions for you to make at one point in time.
Yes. Like, that's why I don't game. Like, the games that I play are on...
me, TD.
Exactly.
I will follow.
The games that I play are phone games solely, and it's mainly one game. It's like a solitaire game. Like, I can't be bothered. Like, I bought a whole fucking Xbox rig to play Call of Duty online with the fucking TKO guys. We've done it a couple times. I have never played with a 2 fucking thumb joystick. So I'm fucking like Swiss cheese. Like I'm getting fragged left and fucking right. And, it was just bought to hang out with those guys and do something because we're not doing a show anymore. And, just chatting in the fucking text things. It doesn't keep a friendship going. You know what I mean? This is the equivalent of me trying to have a baby to save the marriage.
Money well spent.
So, and then, as you do when you get something shiny and new, you go to the store and you say, what else can I buy for this fucking thing? So I bought a couple other games that I played once or twice, and, the thing sit here. But Microsoft is taking my $10 a month. So I'm going to tell the guys, like, hey, we're either going to do this and I'm going to get better, or I'm just going to keep doing it and not get better, which I'm fine with. But, you guys got to fucking... It's like sex for me. I need to be fucking led. You come on to me and you let me know you're interested and I'll respond. Don't make me fucking figure out if you want it.
Why am I always the initiator? Yeah, right. Oh man, that's hilarious.
So same kind of mentality.
Like sheep to the slaughter.
Chris, to go back to what's happening. Chris did a diorama for my fucking Flyers Rodimus, and he put a little Easter egg. He was signed in the background and said no Raja, no rerun, no rent. with the
I forgot he did that.
Yeah, yeah, that shit. I had a good time looking at that and just laughing at all the little shit that he put on there. But yeah, that was a good one. No Raja, no rerun, no rent. But he had it in a way where it was just the red circle with the slash, and then it just said Roger rerun rent with the fucking circle with the slash on it. It's a deep cut.
That was a fun dio to do.
Yeah. Well, I could tell it was a fun one because it came out really good. You know what I mean? Like you know the ones you get into.
Yeah, because I fucking lived it. That fucking little scene is probably, it's in every South Philly and Delco and all areas in the Philadelphia region that have a Wawa.
Yep.
An old Wawa. Like the old, 80s, 90s Wawas.
Right.
Hey.
Not these mega Wawas.
Yeah, the classic Wawa. When the fucking party fucking hoagie was a party hoagie.
Yep, and when they actually sold lunch meat.
Yeah.
And groceries.
Yes.
Speaking of Wawas real quick, I have to show you so Chris from the Lego shop, I sent him where the hell is the Discord at? I sent him this t-shirt a couple of days ago. I put it on the on air.
Nice. Is that yours or did you just buy it?
No, it's one of mine, but it was like me and Chris kind of put our heads together on it. We're like, we got to do a Wawa Eagle shirt just kind of as a goof.
Okay, so he had some ownership.
Yeah, he had some, yeah. And it's funny because he said I mean, he's cool with the Eagles winning, but he's not like an Eagles fan like we are, but he just likes the concept of screaming "Go Birds" at people. Like, he's into it for all the reasons that you would think that Chris Bricks would be into it. It's like that shit fits him to a T. Yeah, I just like yelling "Go Birds." It's like when you see that guy out in public that's wearing an Eagle shirt, or like the Van Halen shirt or some shit, and you're like, oh man, you're a Van Halen fan. He's nah, I just got this. This is a cool T-shirt I got for my birthday. I just like wearing a T-shirt,
Now, is he trying to be ironic, or is it just who he is?
It's just you've hung with Chris. It's just kind of that's on brand, I mean, like. Of course, he lives in that area, so it's cool. Like, yeah, the Eagles win the Super Bowl. Like, yeah, that would be dope. But he's not like invested like we are, so it's partial irony, I guess. He just likes yelling "Go Birds." He had a great time when we went to Canada for one of the TF cons. We met up with Tyler Gillette, and the whole time we were up there, we were just like "Go Birds" and people. And we went to get sushi, and they had the Philadelphia roll. And I said to the waitress, I was like, yeah, let me get the Philadelphia roll. And I'm like, do you guys have the Toronto roll? And she would go, no. And I'm like, yeah, I didn't think so. So he got a kick out of all the Go Birds shit going on in that trip. So that's kind of like where this came from.
Nice.
Yeah.
There's like some type of gas station mega chain type of thing pushing in on the Sheets territory.
Oh, is that right?
Around where I live. And I've never heard of the fucking thing before. It has like a real weird, goofy name, and I can't remember what the fuck it is.
Is it Royal Farms?
No. It's something
they're making their big push up from Maryland.
No, it's not. That sounds sensible. Like that's a sensible name. This thing is like fucking, I don't know, it's like fucking Speedy Q or some shit like that, or some fucking weird fucking name. I never heard of it before, but it's like apparently it's a chain, but not from the area that I know of.
I can't wait to tell Vanessa, like, when I go out there after we're done, and she goes, so what did you guys talk about? It's like, well, bags and convenience stores.
Oh, I'm looking here. I think it's called Loves.
It's food.
Is that right?
Don't forget the food.
I think it's called Loves. You guys ever hear Loves?
Loves?
Yeah.
I have not heard of Loves.
I think it's called Loves.
The
Yeah, that's
diaper.
it.
I heard of the diaper.
Yeah, here. I'll put a picture in there for you can see the fucking thing. Yeah, that's
Ew.
yeah.
Oh man, that's terrible.
Yeah. Apparently it's from
Oh,
Oklahoma.
God.
Interesting.
Yellow
Much
and orange and shit is they're just terrible colors.
It reminds me of a goddamn Vancouver Canucks jersey. And the name. I hope the name is like a family name. Otherwise, Loves is a terrible name for a store.
Yeah.
Loves it has an apostrophe, a heart as an apostrophe, so it is possessive, I guess.
Mm.
So maybe it's a
one
last
of those
name,
in between a Dixon and a BJ's.
And I guess they got to kind of, compete at least somewhat mentally with Lowe's being a letter off. So they're really different, differentiate themselves to go into this fucking color scheme.
That's probably what all the hearts and the yellows for.
Marketing's weird.
Ugh.
Where you got your half-inch fucking Brads at? Oh, sorry, that's Lowe's. This is Love's. It's like McDowell's instead of McDonald's.
It's 2x4 and a hot dog. Cup of coffee.
What kind of flim flam joint is this? No hot dogs.
Oh. Jed, you said something. I had to rewind it all the way back to Fort Fairlane, but you didn't. Don't you remember Ed O'Neill in Fort Fairlane?
Oh yeah, that's right.
He was real serious, wasn't he? Like he was gonna kill everybody.
Remember he was the fucking singer?
No, I don't remember that.
He was the detective and shit like that.
Yeah.
And they were,
It's been like 20 years since I saw that
also
movie.
the singer.
My brain is like, moved and empty
USA,
that data out of.
You are a jerk off. Not because that's what you do, it's what you are. You're a jerk off.
Suzu pedals.
You didn't think we'd killed a fucking koala, did you? Spoilers.
So do you have any type of toy news Transformers wise there, Mike?
Oh my God, I'm on the show with a fucking Transformer fan. This is amazing.
You are quite the customizer as well. Here's that picture posted. There's a Dio in his fucking
Oh wow.
doo-wop fucking band.
Is that Roy Orbison?
I don't know. I just grabbed it real quick out of the fucking out of the.
And the first one might be David Bowie. I'm kidding.
Wow. Ronnie James before he was one of fucking Satan's disciples.
Is he though?
No.
I mean, Black Sabbath.
You know what? Ronnie James Dio, just for real, and I'm not even making fun. Just sounds like a metal musician that grew up playing a lot of Dungeons and Dragons and like watching fantasy shit. You know what I'm saying? And just wrote everything. And you know what? It's fucking cool, man. I could get down with it. And you know what? I also liked Ronnie James Sabbath as well. Like, don't get me wrong. I love Ozzy shit to death, but like, I fucking dug the, like, I don't feel like you gotta, it's like with the Sammy Hagar and Dave thing. Like, you're allowed to like both. You know what I mean?
Sure. It took me a while to warm up to Dio's version of it. I mean, I got into Sabbath later, so he was already in and out of it before I found Ozzy's version of it.
Right.
But I'm a G1er through and through for fucking everything. If the original thing exists, then anything that comes after it can only be an reinterpretation or a copy.
I'm automatically trying to think of one example where that might not be true, but I'm probably have a hard time thinking of one.
Yeah, or an homage.
Or a parody.
Something has to exist in order for there to be other things that involve or exist in that universe. So the first thing is always the best. Like when they talk about movies and TV shows, the writer came up with the whole fucking thing. You might have fleshed it out and acted it out and edited it, which is all important and, must be commended. but without the writer, you ain't got dick.
What about a situation like Metallica, like where there was?
Are you talking about Napster?
No. The original version of Metallica was Dave Mustaine.
You mean before what's the name? The bass player died,
like that,
and shit. Holy fuck! You tell I'm tired. I can't remember. Mustaine was in it, like back then.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like Mustaine being in it or whatever. Like where there's a
Jesus Christ, I can't even fucking remember his name. What was the name of the bass player that fucking died?
Cliff Burton.
Yeah. Fuck. Holy shit. Can't believe I forgot that.
I'm sorry, Mike. What were you saying?
Well, no, I was just saying like I was just trying to play devil's advocate and try to find some situation where it worked out better with the later version. But I guess we really can't say that because we don't know what they would have been if Mustaine would have stayed with them.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you one.
Music is different.
Pink Floyd is a good example. Roger Waters came along and took over kind of, and Sid, went fucking crazy and, took a back seat. I like that music a lot more than with
Sid?
Yeah, because he has. I mean, it was
cool. Experimental and all over the fucking place.
Very experimental stuff like that. But I just fucking like that guitar, man.
Okay.
That's nice, smooth, fucking.
That's what
melodramatic
paranoia gets you.
Yeah.
I have two bands on a smaller scale that I have the same opinion of, and one of them is Killswitch Engage, and the other one is Corrosion and Conformity. I like the Corrosion and Conformity better with Pepper singing, and I liked Killswitch Engage better with Howard singing than the original guys.
I'll give you one. Def Leppard, like the first two albums when they had Pete Willis in there, him and Steve Clark were going back and forth. Then because of his drinking, he was asked to leave, as many in bands are, including Dave Mustaine. But it's more kicked out than asked to leave. But it's part of it.
Yeah.
Don't forget you have your producer that influences sound too. You had Mutt Lange.
Exactly.
Who fucking took Def Leppard, and he was all big on the fucking Bryan Adams fucking sound. So Def Leppard turned into a fucking like a little bit heavier version of Bryan Adams. And they all had the same fucking sound. Like right after Pyromania. It was shit.
Overproduced, layered. Like I hate that shit. Like I love bands when they first come out. Like Def Leppard's one. Black Keys are another. I'm starting to see it with a band called Royal Blood that I fucking I dug their first album.
I've listened to a little of that.
I just love it because I didn't even know until recently that that's a fucking bass player doing that.
Yep.
I was like, holy fucking shit, that's two guys. And that, he was doing it on the bass and, the gear and how he was doing it. He apparently splits his signal into two separate amps, one clean, one dirty. And then, he switches off.
I've seen that already.
There was a band called Local H that I think did a similar thing where it was just two guys.
No, I meant splitting the bass into like a clean and stuff. I've seen that done already.
But now I hear their latest stuff and it's overproduced.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think like the Def
Iron
Leppard
Maiden's a good one too.
Def Leppard, when Hysteria came out, Hysteria was kind of like their Black album.
Yeah.
Like where they really like definitively like found their sound and shit like that, but at the same time we're jumping
completely
sharp.
Disagree. 100% disagree.
You think it was Pyromania?
No, it was On Through the Night. That's right, that was the first one. What was the second one?
High and Dry.
High and Dry.
Now, if they would have stayed at High and Dry, that's my favorite album.
Yeah,
if they would have stayed with that sound and not gotten overproduced because of Mutt and his his production style, I don't know what they would have been. Like I've heard original versions of like a song like what the fuck's the name of that? Shit. Oh, Ride Into the Sun. That's one of their earliest songs. Came off their EP, and it's a very different song from the original to when they overproduced it and released it later on.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing happened with Tear It Down. There's an original version of that's a lot grungier than the one that came out on Adrenalize.
I still think Pyromania was a really good album, man.
It is a good album.
It is
a lot of good fucking songs on that album, man.
It is, but it was like 1 foot forward into that whole bullshit fucking sound that they fell into with fucking Hysteria.
Yeah, maybe that's the one. Maybe I misspoke. Maybe it wasn't Hysteria as much as Pyromania. Like, really good album, but the beginning of the end, I guess. Like, as far as that sound, like as far as because they were more, man, they sounded like AC/DC-ish at times in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's another story on it. That's another band you want to talk about. Fucking singers changing and sound and stuff too.
Yeah,
well, I mean, kind of had to change,
right?
But I don't know if they necessarily got better. You know what I mean? Or
some people argue that the whole Brian fucking phase was shit compared to fucking everything that came before it.
Right.
I wouldn't say it's shit, but it's Brian Johnson's a one-trick pony.
Yeah. Yes, he is. Of course, Angus sounds the same.
They all sound the same. Let's be honest. Like, I like them. Like, it's fine. AC/DC is fine, but they all like. Listen, man. Yeah. I'm a guitar player. I could play drums in an AC/DC tribute band if I had to. Like,
see, but but the Brian Johnson era, they all sound the same.
They all sound the same.
The Bon Scott era is different.
Yeah,
it had a different flavor, but of course, it has a fucking different player because it's a fucking different guy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who I was hanging out with the one night, but we were just looking over the AC/DC catalog and just like picking out random songs that we never heard of and just looking at the title, and it's like you could tell you already know what it's going to sound like just by reading the fucking like 3-word title, because you can just hear that shit getting chanted over like a E, a A, and a D chord. Like, and then you'd put it on and you'd be like really fucking in the ballpark, man.
See, the problem is
Nights.
Yeah, right.
One thing I found out was like after like I inherited like this whole record album collection and stuff that I have, is that there's a lot of shit that from early on that I've never heard of any of these fucking bands, and I fucking look it up.
You have any written down? Do you remember any?
Oh man, there's so many. No, I don't remember. Actually, literally, the last one I was looking at was Metal Church, but I know who Metal Church is.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Trying to remember Metal Church. Were they one of them fucking bands like Man of War that ran around in a loincloths and all that shit?
No, they were more like a Sabbath type of.
Oh, okay.
They weren't that bad.
They were right there with Halloween.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
So, but like you had this like 60s, early 70s sound where everybody wanted to be a fucking wizard and shit, and like all their album covers was all dragons and fucking sorcerers and shit.
Dream Warriors.
Who was that painter? Frank Frazetta. He was probably like doing multiple. He probably was making a lot of money back then.
Vallejo or whatever. Yeah. Yeah. He was. Yeah. I mean, and you can tell like some of the stuff is really fucking cool because you look at it, you're like, oh shit. But yeah, like a lot of those fucking bands are out there and you're like, who the fuck are these people? And those are like the influences for like people like fucking AC/DC and fucking Metallica and Megadeth and stuff. And you go back and you listen to that shit and you're like, some of the stuff is fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
Like early Black Sabbath, like good, but you have to be in that frame of mind for it. But it's or like the, like
I got one, Metallica.
Early Joe Walsh stuff. That type of shit. That's this type of early Clapton type. That's you're like it's different than what you fucking remember from like the early 90s or late 80s that it was real public about it. Like I remember fucking Eric Clapton. Yeah, he played fucking Tears and that. No, he was in like Cream before that and all this other shit before that and Styx. That's a good one too.
Okay, yeah.
Early Styx like is fucking has a way different sound. And early Journey. Or was it? Is it Journey? Yeah. Who's the one with was it Journey? I think it was Journey. They had a different singer there in
Steve Perry.
Before it was Steve Perry. Or was that Styx? I'm thinking of Styx.
No, Styx had Dennis DeYoung, Tommy Shaw.
But then Tommy Shaw like basically kind of took over for the main part, right?
Yeah.
Oh, the Cars too, like early fucking Cars fucking shit. That was
experimental.
yeah, a lot of that stuff is fucking like you said, like raw, and it's fucking good, and it's like, oh man, early Bowie, and not the public, not the real popular shit.
Yeah, like I was saying, Metallica, one of their influences is a band called Budgie. I think they're from Australia, and they're like a 70s band, bass heavy, and the singer kind of is like a Geddy Lee sounder, but I think they were around before Geddy Lee. And their version of, well, Metallica did their version of Bread Fan, which is a fucking hard-ass song. And the way they did it is it's still hard as hell, and it's a little trippy too. And then, yeah, I was going to say Diamond Head, but I don't do that one.
I had to look it up real quick. The one that Lemmy was in before he was in Motorhead, it was Hawkwind or something like that. I think
Hawkwind.
Yeah. It's Hawkwind.
It's a fucking G.I. Joe character.
Yeah. Did you guys ever hear Pantera before Phil?
No.
Pantera before Phil was a straight up hair metal band, bro.
Oh, sweet.
And dude, this is no lie. Dimebag Darrell used to be Diamond Darrell.
Oh, no.
And Rex Rocker on bass.
Did he fucking wear like Lane Bryant ladies' shirts, blouses?
I'm going and getting pictures right now because I know it sounds made up, but I promise you.
You know what?
I believe it.
I knew this. I knew this because our one friend used to be a whole super into Pantera, and Sean and I were talking about this with him the one time, and he said it was like Diamond Darrell. He's like, Diamond Darrell. He's like, oh, why don't we fucking make a band called Cotton Candy? I'll be Brett Cotton, you could be fucking John Candy. It was like it's like fucking stupid as fucking shit. It was yeah, I remember that actually.
Oh yeah, there he is with the glasses. Nice.
Bunch of fucking ugly motherfuckers. It's fucking.
Hey man, that's what was gonna fucking sell.
It was the show, right? You gotta think like all those fucking heavy 70s fucking bands are just wearing fucking leather jackets and hanging out at fucking biker bars are just like, what is this foof?
You know what's funny is that fucking Vinnie Paul is like still really chubby, but he's trying to pull off this like glam rock thing, and it's just like, I don't know. It's just funny when you see the fat guy trying to pull the glam rock shit off, man. You know? Like, and he didn't want to do it. He's just along for the fucking ride.
Look at that fucking Hulk hair.
Yeah.
Seriously, man.
Yes, Buck Rogers, I will help you.
Who the fuck does he looks like? Oh my god, what am I? Man, I can see him in my head, but I can't think of what the fuck he was from. There was a dude that wore a bandana like that, and he had fucking makeup under his eyes, and man.
Like if this was the cast of the fucking Heathcliff cartoon, he would definitely be Mungo.
He looks like the fucking Amazing Jonathan. That's who he fucking looks like.
Hey, the Amazing Jonathan's awesome, dude.
He is. Well, he was, but yeah.
Yeah, he was.
But he had the same fucking look.
Look at, he's got his shirt fucking like 5 buttons undone to show off his chest hair like Paul Stanley and shit.
Oh, look, he's got studs on his suspenders.
That's great. You could hear it with them a little bit though, because even on that first album, man, he was still kind of singing more like Rob Halford at some spots. You know, he would hit some of shit like that, and then as they like progressed or whatever, they got a little further away from that, obviously. But the shit, yeah, if you try to look up the shit that came out before Cowboys from Hell, it's something. Anyways, well, listen, I don't know when y'all want to wrap this up, but Vanessa is gonna come in here in his cat suit again, and I'm not gonna be able to control myself. I'm gonna have to get going. So I was saying,
do you have any news would you like to share with us at all, Mike?
Any news? Oh yeah, that's right. We were doing the toy news. So the only thing that I saw that I was really interested in, and I know that Chris also collects like Legends and stuff, which I don't really pay a whole hell of a lot of attention to, but I did notice that they put the Dreadwind, the American repaint of Dreadwind, up for pre-order, the Fans Hobby one. And Chris, I don't know how far into the G1 timeline you're going as far as your collecting goes, but Power Masters, are you getting any of that shit?
Chris, you're muted, by the way.
Oh, he is muted.
I'm sorry. I was chewing and I muted myself. I I had a couple Power Masters, but I can't go down that line. I already have a main line and a custom stand-in for those two characters, and that's as far as my commitment to those will go.
Right.
Like, for all intents and purposes, I shouldn't have a fucking shelf of monster bots. Like, they mean nothing to me. Like the train bots, why did I buy all of them?
Peer pressure.
No, it's like, oh, cool, train ones. Yeah, you had train ones before. It's fucking Astro Train.
Right.
He's a train when you got it home.
Yeah. Yep. Because, everybody else is buying them. You got to buy them too.
Exactly. I got to have it.
Mm-hmm. That's the only way you can be cool.
Yep.
You have the,
It can be cool, and I can get people to look at my pictures and my funny words and make me feel good about myself for 2 seconds.
Listen, smoking does not make you look cool or make you popular. Just say no.
But it'll make you feel good. That pussy prowling yet?
That's it.
No, not
Mike.
yet. I'm waiting for that.
Anything else, Mike? You're losing focus, Mike.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. What the fuck do you want me to do, man?
Bring it in.
It was partially that, but it was partially the brownie as well. It was like all hit at the same time. No, I didn't see anything. See, I saw some Legends shit. I saw, are you still, I don't know how far you're getting into Legends either, because I know you got a pretty dope, like, Legends display going, but I'm not sure how far you're taking that one. But I saw like a prototype for Brawl, Magic Sword Brawl, floating around out there.
Oh,
and
he will be gotten.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and I'm seeing that what is it? The Lionel Hutz guy on he's doing the Computron and the Abominus things. You got to have one of the Warbitron characters, I think.
Just the main body, I think, and that's it.
Yes, Scattershot.
Yeah.
And the other one, you have to have the Hasbro one.
Whoa, I see where the sickness, how far down it goes.
Yep.
Okay.
But I am not going to go that way. Like, 3D printers are both the best thing and the worst thing that happened to figures, because we can have literally anything we want.
Right.
Which is great, but it's also bad somehow. I can't understand it.
Plastic crack on demand is not a healthy thing.
Plastic crack on demand. Yeah.
You have to go to your dealer. That's the only way you can actually have a tolerance. If you have it right on tap.
And I've stopped myself so many times from diving into it because I have no aptitude for the 3D environment.
Yeah.
In design. So
it sucks, especially if you're doing character design. There's a lot you have to really consider. It's not like, oh, let's just slap this head on here and poof, it's all done. It's not that easy. It sucks.
And like just the push pull and the different axes and like it just fucks with my head, Let's
not even talk about normals.
Whatever that is.
Those are the vectors and what direction they point.
Oh, goody.
So if you can point a normal in the normal direction, like outward, and apply your texture in that manner, or redirect a different way. Anyways, it's a big long conversation. UV unwrapping, all that stuff, solidifying and making sure things are watertight and all that crap.
Oh, boy.
And then if you print stuff, then you have to worry about how much material you're using, if you have to break it into pieces, what kind of structure, the walls, the corners, the thickness of that, so it doesn't fucking crack in your hands and all types of good shit.
I don't want any of that. I fucking won't play a video game. I will only play solitaire. What the fuck makes me think that I will get into the 3D environment?
Right.
But every once in a while, I entertain the thought that, hey, maybe they're having like an adult class at a community college or something like that with a hands-on thing. Because that's the only way I will learn that. I need to be shown on a fucking machine what the fuck is going on.
It's like those people that are like, classes for the internet.
Like I know I could go on YouTube and find
isn't a bad idea. Like there's probably tons of shit on YouTube, but sometimes like I remember like when I was learning web design and stuff, man, all the information was available to me on the internet too to learn how to do that shit, but I just wasn't like grasping the real basic shit as well as I could. And I just had to sit with the professor outside of a class, just me and him for like an hour and get like hands on
web browser.
like with, you know, what I was doing exactly and shit like that. And then like once I had that kind of nailed down, then going back to the internet and learning all the shit I was trying to learn before was a little bit easier because I knew what I was doing.
That's a zip file. I understand now.
No, see, Jed likes talking about me like I'm a fucking moron, but I did learn how to
teach
code.
classes. I used to teach internet classes at an ISP in the late 90s.
Well, no, it wasn't like it was
all fucking housewives and a couple of fucking old dudes. They're like, this is how you internet.
Yeah.
I bought a program at Best Buy called Hot Metal Pro 2.0.
I remember Hot Metal Pro.
To learn how to do web designing. And that is why to this day, I hate fucking web designing.
Yeah, there was Hot Dog and Hot Metal Pro.
They had us using Dreamweaver for a while.
Dreamweaver.
I learned. We used that shit for like.
Remember Front Pages?
No.
You don't remember that was Microsoft?
Dreamweaver was my introduction to it, and I knew really early on that I was going to not.
That was Macromedia
for very long.
Right.
I went up to a Plymouth meeting to fucking take a course to learn Quark.
Yeah, Quark. Yeah.
Quark Express.
Ooh.
Chris, I still see that on job applications every once in a while.
Really?
Not often, but every once in a while I still see it.
What was the one that was like 1, 2, 3? What was that called? Something 1, 2, 3. Lotus. That's it. That was the other one.
Like fucking Excel spreadsheets still can fucking murder me.
Yeah, same. Because why? Like, yeah, how often do you really got to use one of those motherfuckers? You know?
And then
every day.
Like somebody, one of my customers sent me one for like a list of room names.
Yeah,
you know, 'cause it's easy for them. They're in that environment, and I'm like, okay, XLS program, and I try to export it to PDF, which I have the plugin for. And like this line is shifted the fuck over here and it's not in the same sequence. And I'm like, what? Export the whole workbook. What? It's fucking right there. Whatever's on my screen, put it in a file so I can look at it later.
Just do a screenshot at that point, right?
Exactly. That's what I fucking end up doing.
Oh man, you guys are cute.
No, I've built computers. I know how they work. Yeah. But just the certain programs on it, I can't be bothered to fucking learn.
Right. I'll wait. Yeah. If I know I'm not going to use something on like a regular occasion, why the fuck am I going to waste time learning how to use it so I could use it one time or two times? Like, it's just, I have other shit I'd rather be doing.
Case in point, Discord. I know this thing is fucking amazing at what it can probably do, but I have no use for it. I'm not doing a fucking show anymore, so why learn it?
Right.
We don't have to. Like you said it best. It's just a freaking hyper version of IRC. That's all it really is.
But then you gotta fucking go back and learn fucking line code. I hate that shit.
Well, now with AI, you can have it do it for you.
Oh, is that who Craig is?
No, Craig is an external cloud recording machine. So instead of me recording
Craig
on my machine and getting fucking spotty ass, they record it on the cloud, and then I just go to a link they send me and I download it then in a fucking Audacity project file. All different separate tracks for each person that's on the show. It's really awesome.
Sweet.
Wow.
Craig's here because
fucking nerd.
Friday.
Yeah, man. Fucking A.
He ain't got shit to do.
I know what I wanted to bring up. There was two things that I saw. Look at me fucking bringing up Transformers news fucking in this fucking group. What about the roller that fucking was shown?
Fuck yes.
I think that's awesome.
Yeah, I want it.
Chris, who is that? Like just some dude, like a Dr. Wu type of dude, or is that like an actual company?
I don't know. What the only information I saw, I think it might have been actually Jason Lowry in a chat. He said it was a actual company going to make it.
Yeah, I hope they do, man. I would like an actual roller that turned into a robot. The thing looked dope.
And if it wasn't Lowry, I'm sorry, I attribute it to you. What's up, Lowry?
Mod Fans is the name of it.
Yeah. Did you get the blue one or the gray one?
Oh, I'm getting the blue one.
Yeah, see, got more of a connection to the toy.
compatible with MP1044.
For some reason, I always remember the roller in the cartoon being blue too, but he wasn't.
He's gray, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yep. But he's going to be blue.
Yep. I'll probably get the blue one too.
And this was
how do you fucking still find room, man? You like I see your videos all the time. I know the amount of space you have, but you still seem to be fucking jamming Titan class fucking shit in there.
Well, it's like that's why the Diaclones are going, man. Because it was getting to the point where like Fans Hobby's coming out with all this fucking end of G1 shit, you know, and like X Transboss and Fans Toys are both starting to slowly dip into like season 4, like some of them headmasters, and you know, it's things are like starting to get fleshed out. And the more I started thinking about how much room I would actually still need, definitely made it an easy choice to be like, damn, I gotta fucking sell all this Diaclone shit. So I gained a pretty like decent amount of space by like getting rid of all that shit that I had.
So Tiger Tracks is gone.
Yeah, Tiger Tracks is out of here, man. Yep.
Blue Streak.
Yep. All that shit, Red Mirage, and all the only like oddballs that I kept were like I kept the Shatterglass Prime because Tattoo Lee bought me that shit as a gift.
Oh yeah, you can't get rid of gifts.
Right.
And there was like, and the black Shockwave, like the Shockwave, I guess, like I just always thought that thing was cool as fuck, so I kept that. And you know, red Bumblebee and yellow Cliff Jumper because they did actually come out as
Cliff
toys.
Jumper.
Yep.
You know,
Wheeljack. What's the fucking Wheeljack's Cyclone name?
Wheeljack.
Yeah.
What the exhaust?
Exhaust.
Yeah. Out of here. I got rid of all that shit.
That's what I mean. I got all my fucking legend size, like all my legends I gotta sell yet, and all my like mainline and those what the fuck's it called again? The Make Toys Shattered Dimension? Is that it? No.
Shattered Glass?
Cross dimension.
Cross dimensions. Okay.
Cross dimension. I gotta get rid of those too. I need space.
Yeah, space became an issue, man. And it's like, I don't know. It makes me wonder sometimes because we got some friends that really collect a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Like I think about Deluxe, you know. I'm like, where is my boy even putting all the stuff that he gets? Like
there's this
poor
one
Gators
dude.
running out of places to live.
I forget the guy's name, but he was showing me like everything that he had, and then he was telling me like how he had it, and he was like he just basically had storage bins and store fucking sheds and shit that he would rent out with all of his, because he was saying like all these comic books he had.
Then what the fuck are you collecting for? Then it just becomes a psychosis.
I have it. Yeah, it is.
It is a psychosis. We all have it.
Instead of taking it, putting it on display, you're taking it and putting it back in a storage box somewhere and keeping it and marking it down that you got it, I guess.
Yeah. So if I could defend those guys for just 1 second, and I'm not saying where you have bin after bin after bin after bin of storage that's just like sitting there. Some dudes, because I actually posed this question on a page a couple times once, and I got pretty good in a couple of responses, and a few people said they have a little bit of shit in storage, but they rotate shit. They're constantly like rotating they're full of shit. At least that I can, if they really do that, I can at least understand that, but that's a little bit too much work for me. Like I don't believe them one like I don't believe them play and just have it out.
We're all perfectionists.
Yeah.
So once we get it to a state where we feel it's perfect, like probably all three of us, you know, we're not fucking with it other than like adding things or making a tweak here or a tweak there.
Right.
But it's kind of set in stone.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, it kind of coincided with, you know, me losing my creative juices. I haven't really made a lot of things lately. Like my output before, like from 2014 to 2021, end of 2021, end of 2020. I was making like 3 and 4 projects at a time. Like this was sitting over here working, you know, I was a fucking madman. But now I go weeks without nary an idea. because I don't have the space to make it be.
Yeah. Space is definitely a thing. To me, honestly, space is almost like the harder thing to come by than money. You know what I mean? We all somehow, no matter where we're at or no matter what we're doing, we somehow come up with the money to buy the shit. You know,
it is amazing, isn't it?
It is, but space is definite. Like, no matter how you want to look at it, there is an end to it.
Yep.
So it's finite.
It is. It's like you cross the line from having a really nice looking museum looking to like Chris. Like when I came, Chris had a really good example, man. Like, he doesn't have like this humongous space and shit like that, but it's really awesomely done with all these dioramas and there's not a whole lot of like shit piled on top of other shit. Everything's like spaced really nice. So even though he's got a lot of stuff in there, it still all looks like it has kind of, I don't want to say like a museum type of quality, but yeah, like a museum type of quality to it. Like
that's exactly what I'm going for.
Yeah,
but
there's a lot.
It's a museum that nobody comes to.
Well, I was there. And
you were there. Yeah,
I did. Of course, I was taking pictures. So of course, I was like I was paying more attention to it, but I definitely like did laps around and was constantly seeing new things as I was walking around. You know what I mean? But if he keeps buying shit and more shit and more shit and just cramming more shit in there, it's going to start looking not so museum like.
Yeah, that's what people do. They'll buy a ton of shit and then they'll fucking smash it onto the shelf and then be like, well, I display my stuff. And you can fucking barely see it because it's surrounded by fucking all the other figures that are there. It looks like fucking dog shit.
To quote the great Dr. Michio Kaku, think of a collection as a Yahtzee score sheet. You have so many things that you have to line up perfectly, and then you have the chance. You only have the one chance, so you have to make that. Put all your shit there in the chance.
Everybody got a chance shelf.
Oh yeah.
As I was planning everything out and taking stuff out, and I was just like, God damn it, I got too much shit. I'm like, I gotta get rid of this. I gotta get rid of that. Like, that is just, your appetite is just too big for fucking, what you want to do with it eventually.
The only thing that I wish I could change in history of Transformers collecting is I wish I could go back in time to the exact moment that the size of the MP10 was decided, or the size of the Masterpiece scale in general was decided, and made it closer to a Chug scale. So we could get that look and like those characters and all that shit at a slightly smaller scale. You know
exactly.
what I mean?
That's why as I shared that picture, but like that's why I like those MDLX, because yeah, they don't transform, but they fucking look awesome and they're smaller. And like you guys said, like once you got a certain way, I'm not fucking with it anymore. So I don't give a fuck if it fucking turns into a jet or not.
Yeah, I mean, this is a little too stylized for me.
Yeah,
I'm G1, baby.
G1, but a little bit more modern take on it.
Yeah, I mean, if I had room for something like this, if I had like a big old space, I probably would have interpretation shelves. You know what? I do have a collection that I will probably retire and get rid of, or at least just put in the attic, and that's the Transformers Prime shelf.
Oh, yeah.
The only reason that is in my collection is because at the time, my youngest and I watched it together. So it was kind of like a little memory shelf.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's not that big of a memory, and it's a lot of shelf space. So
fuck that kid. Fuck those memories. I need the fucking space, man. I got pictures.
Who the fuck was I talking about? Was it in your chat that we were talking about looking at
Oh yeah.
Yeah, looking at memories and
I fucking ripped my closet apart and threw all my shit away. So I had 3 more detolf space.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, all those fucking memories, like fucking memorabilia, and I still have pictures and stuff that I put in a box that I gotta go through eventually, but almost everything else I fucking got rid of. Trophies and medals and fucking old books and old fucking newspaper clipping,
I got a new nickname for you. Kylo Jed. Forget the past. Kill it if you have to.
It's exactly right.
Throw your Cub Scout awards away.
Gone. Fucking all that shit gone.
Vanessa did make me take down my Little League on my. So like I never had kids. So all the shit that would have been my kids that would have been hanging in the hallway was actually my shit from when I was a kid. So like my Little League shit was, it was all still, I didn't know what else to fucking do with it. And I was living here by myself. So it was out, you know? Yeah. When she painted the hallway and all that shit, she's like, listen, I love you, but your Little League shit got to get out of here.
What'd you do with it?
Oh, it's still, I got it in a box upstairs. I didn't like
totally. It ain't going anywhere.
Out. Yeah.
Yeah, fuck that. Mine shit went in the trash. I had fucking karate trophies and stuff like that just from fucking the 90s. And I'm like, what the fuck am I? Who the fuck this?
Amcor? Tiger Schulman?
No, it was Nino's back then.
Hey, Nino's.
Do you know fucking Tiger Schulman's still in business? I drove past that like fucking a couple months ago when I was coming from IKEA down 309. And I saw fucking Tiger Schulman's all lit up. I was like, Jesus Christ.
And every time you open the door, instead of a bell, it starts playing the Eye of the Tiger.
Like a lot of it. Like, oh, Christ. Like as soon as
right, we get it.
Yeah.
The whole song plays and then another guy walks through the fucking door.
And it restarts.
We had a small school.
Jesus fucking Christ.
We had a small school, and we used to make fun of those big schools like that, fucking about how they were just fucking, you know, pumping kids through to fucking get the cash and stuff, and they didn't give two shits about what they taught them. Because our fucking sensei was like, you know, he was like Muda Kwai, Tang Sudo, Hapkido, Hakido, fucking Taekwondo. You know, he
watch your mouth.
He had all the fucking styles, and then he knew the grandmaster like really well, and they used to fucking like laugh at all the fucking commercial guys out there and stuff like Tiger Schulman, Red Dragon, fucking Bushi.
Chad, you should have went in there and gave him the fucking Kenshiro 1,000.
You already did.
All came with along with all the fucking noises too, man.
I don't know about you, Chris, but we used to fucking talk about going to another school and just beating the shit out of everybody and fucking leaving.
Yeah, in high school we did because we had a rival.
Yeah,
and we shared their high school girls came to our high school to be the cheerleaders because it was an all-boy high school. So they were kind of like they lived in both worlds. But yeah, they got to see the pussy every day. We only got to see it during football season. But it was pussy.
Stake the claim.
And the cool part is one of the girls that were our cheerleaders was one of the girls I went to grade school with. So I got to watch her really develop. It was nice.
Oh my God, that's fucking creepy.
Why is it creepy? It's the same weird. Age. It's pining is what it is.
Yeah, that's still creepy.
You're like, dude, one day she's going to have titties.
Yeah, I'm going to plant that seed. And one day that'll flower. I'll be able to pluck it.
I don't know if you said it like that.
He was thinking of it. He was thinking it.
No, I was thinking of it like that now. That's a little lecherous.
Hey, I'll do your homework for you.
Hey, you want to ride?
In my van.
No, to your Burger King job.
Oh my God. My ex-girlfriend's worked at Burger King. That gave me a flashback right there. Christ.
God, your panties smell like the deep fryer.
She did. She smelled like fucking fried food. It was terrible.
Dude, I know. I worked that job, man. You cannot get that fucking smell out.
Mm-mm.
You have to burn those clothes. And they go up nicely after being, absorbing all the fucking oil.
Oh, man. Well, on that note, Mr. Kincaid, I think it's time to wrap up the show. What do you think? Unless you have something else you'd like to bequeath our knowledge.
No, I think I'll leave you on one last Chris Bishop memory of mine in closing, if you want. Which I think is kind of a funny one. So we were at RetroCon, and I don't even remember what RetroCon it was, Chris. The last one, or maybe the one right before the pandemic. But tell me if you remember this. But we were standing on the far end of one. We were both kind of walking through when we crossed paths, so we stopped to bullshit for a minute. And some girl came walking by, and I don't remember what she was cosplaying, but she was completely out of both of our leagues. we were both talking, and she walked by, and we both stopped to like check her out as she was going. And then we both looked back at each other, and Chris goes, "You see, now right there is a chick that neither one of you got a snowball's chance in hell with. And you know what? It doesn't fucking matter."
We still get the seat of you. Cha-cha-cha-cha.
Oh, shit, man. Good times. Well, thanks, Chris. Thanks for coming on. That's all I got to say.
Dude, it was fucking fun.
Yeah,
thanks, Chris.
I knew it was going to be, it was going to be a good guess when he said Bishop, and the first guy that popped into my head was the X-Men.
The X-Men, the black guy. Yeah, because
I don't know if we can culturally appropriate like that anymore.
A fucking fictional character we had on our guest. Yeah, wow. How much fucking pot did you have that moment then? And yeah, at that point in time,
it didn't last for long. It was, admittedly, was only like 2 or 3 seconds before I figured out the actual
from the future. That's cool.
I'm like, wow. He's just trying to one up me, man. I was trying to get a female. He got a motherfucker that ain't even from our timeline.
Fucking X-Men. Yeah.
He's not bringing Cable with him, is he?
Shit. Tell him not to bring Cable. If we have 4 people, it's going to be like a 9-hour show.
Yo, man, how's my driving? I don't think we moved yet, man. Oh, shit.
But anyways, Chris, we're glad it was you and not that Bishop. Not that we have anything against that Bishop.
No, of course not. All lives matter.
Jesus Christ.
That's
Jed,
it's a joke. It's a fucking joke, people. Please.
That's where we need the Levy soundboard.
Shit.
No, you need the Jurassic Park or Newman thing.
Oh man. I said how much fun it was going to be to mess with that thing, and I didn't touch it the whole fucking time we were on it.
Well, are you as high as you normally are for a show?
Right in the pocket, like right there. I'm
okay.
Like, yeah.
It's hard to do things with your hands when you're high.
That sounds like the title of a children's book.
It's hard to do things with your hands when you're high. You can't reach up to the sky.
Yeah, old Dr. Seuss.
Wow. Jesus Christ.
All right, guys, we got to end this.
Yeah. You good, Jed? Did you F John Bailey at all? Just because I know we don't do things how we usually do it. I just want to make sure you
did. Fuck you, John Bailey. You know, we're not on a schedule here or an outline.
No longer structured on this show.
No structure. Fuck it. You know what? I've fucked you'd John Bailey so many times that it's out there and fucking just being saved on the internet archives forever. That one day,
like that,
his kids will probably fucking find it and be like, "Who's this fucking dick?"
I hope so.
Yeah.
All right, boys. Well, on that note, enough's enough. We're out.